That's for sometime this week.
Yeah. That's not for Monday mornings.
No, it's really not. I'm trying to make sure Marcel don't have a heart attack over here, you know.
Hey, you got to do it. 3, 2. Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, and where are you at? Are you working? Are you having your coffee? I know Deb's not in here, so she better be walking or having her coffee. I hope everybody has had a great weekend. I hope they've had good sales. And let me get this chat over where I need it at.
That's what I was trying to find. It's showing.
Yeah, I'm back on Zoom this morning because I can have more people. And I hated turning people away last night.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Well, you know what? I got a question. How was your experience? And I wrote about 3 paragraphs. I told them I said, you know, this surface is this is my first time using it. It's far better than some of the other ones. I said, you just need, if on the paid one version, you need to take it up to 10 people.
Yeah.
Because you get a lot of free stuff with StreamYard that you pay extra for in the other ones, including this one here. So let's see who's in here. Hey, Teacup, how are you doing this morning?
Morning, Teacup. That's a cute name.
Yep.
I'm a little teapot.
Let's start singing to you.
No, I was thinking about me. I was like, I'm a little teapot, short and fat.
Yeah, man.
I can't sing the rest of it because it's off-colored.
It's stout, not fat.
Todd, do you use many of those stamps you got over there? Good morning, Carol. Good morning, Hank. Good morning, Tessa.
I'm old school in a lot of ways. I still do a lot of bill paying with stamps.
My mom has one of those roll top desks. She sits down the first of the month with her checkbook and she writes checks for everybody.
Oh, goodness.
Hey, Carol, you want to come in here? Because I know Hank isn't, because she is hoarding her beautifulness.
She can't share that with the world.
She's not sharing that with nobody. She only shares that with Mr. Hank Allen Cash.
Mr.
Tessa,
Crash.
Tessa, you want to come in? I can throw the link up.
I like that if you throw that link up and then.
Carol, wait a minute. Kathy, Carol is still in bed.
Oh, yeah. She lurks in bed for a while.
Good morning, Liz.
She's a bed lurker. Hey, my twin.
Now, Liz is the one that y'all met up in Nashville, isn't it?
Yeah, up in Gatlinburg area.
Gatlinburg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good morning, Carolina Auditor.
Good morning.
I like that name.
I don't like the auditor part. I'm good after that.
Yeah.
You can stay on your side there. Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding.
Oh, Lord.
Did I just hear a bird?
I just coughed.
No, I heard it was like a squeaky chair to me.
Oh, that was like a bird.
We got a bunch of old people in here who's hearing all kinds of things.
Bones creaking and
That's right.
Definitely sounded like a bird. I'm getting crazy.
bunch of joints that are bone on bone instead of having cartilage anymore.
I'm doing good, Liz. She says, "How was everybody this morning?"
I still say I'm burning sausages early this morning, so
Yeah, she's burning the house down this morning.
I figured why not? It's Monday morning. Hell, might as well start the week out right.
Yep.
I'm gonna do it.
When I walked Roberta out this morning, there was sitting a box of books was sitting on my doorstep,
Uh-oh.
and it said, "Hey Tom, was cleaning out a closet, found these books."
Oh God.
I said, "Okay." So I've already scanned them. There's nothing of value in there. So they're like student study books and things like that. So I emailed the headmaster at the school that the boys used to go to, the private school they used to go to, and said, "Hey, you want any of these books?" He said, "Sure. Next time you this direction, just drop them off."
Yeah, Carol wants to be. When are you gonna be moving up north?
Who?
Carol.
Me?
Or no, Todd. Todd.
What am
Todd's
I
not
gonna
gonna make
move
it
north?
past north of Todd's Tennessee or the Carolinas.
I don't know. That would feel good for the rest of the summer. From here on out until November, it's just going to be hot. I looked at the 5-day forecast, and every day said 99 degrees high.
Oh wow.
With the humidity, it's 112.
Yeah.
Yeah, 180. We're getting rain all this week.
So moving north is, that sounds appealing.
You gonna become a snowbird?
You know what? I'd like to be rich enough to do that, but I'm really not.
Oh, I know.
Just
Well, see, that's just it. Jim and Tara have all that property in Kentucky. I don't know whether that's gonna be far enough to be cooler, but they could put up camping spaces up there for the for the migrant YouTubers, eBayers.
I'd love to have a second home someplace that's cool in the summer,
Yeah, that would be nice.
but I'm not that rich.
Todd, get off some of that damn money. You can't take it with
He's
you.
not that rich,
Oh.
bitch. Yeah, get off that money. Come on, that watch money. We know you got it.
No.
Do y'all ever watch Creator Fundamentals? That's a channel.
No.
I ain't heard of it.
They're pretty much just technical on YouTube stuff. They have some really good. They have some really good how-tos and whatnot. And they've got a new one that says it's entitled "Stealing Your Content." Well, if somebody wants to steal this mess, they are hard up.
Oh my God. Poor Liz. Liz got 2 huge cram-packed storage lockers, and she emptied out this weekend. She said it was hot, and her Apple Watch kept giving her heart rate warnings.
Like, this is how I die. Was she doing it by herself? Were you doing it by yourself, Liz?
Oh yeah, the people that are at the eBay open, good Lord help them. It's hot as poop pit up there in Nevada.
Oh God.
I don't see Kathy on the YouTube side.
It's okay. You're not missing nothing.
I guess they can still hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because she doesn't have her camera up. She doesn't show up over there.
Oh.
So it's just me and your hand.
And this crazy woman's voice.
Yeah.
Hello out there, YouTube.
I'm telling you, that's what your logo should be, is like a desktop with the, key, just like, so you can see the desktop, your keyboard, maybe the corner of the computer, that cup with your pens in it, and then your hand. That should be your logo. That should be on your t-shirts.
Just junk on my desk that I never clear off.
Put lips on your hand.
Yeah, that's Todd, Carolina auditor.
Yeah, that's Todd. That's a
I'm
him.
hiding. I'm in witness protection program today.
Yeah. Todd's hiding from his fourth wife, so.
Fourth wife.
Yeah, Gwen will beat him.
Yeah, she does that frequently. That wouldn't be a big
Yeah,
challenge.
it's true. It's normal for you.
Is she enjoying her summer off?
Yeah, she likes summer. So she's, I think she mentioned yesterday, you realize there's only 3 weeks left before I start teacher meetings. And I was like, no, I didn't realize that. I've been out of teaching for 10 years. So
Too bad, so sad.
That's
like,
fun.
She's got a couple more years and she can retire.
yeah, she got 2 more years. So it's hard to keep the concerned face because I've been out of teaching and I'm like, I don't care about anything now because I'm retired. Do a few eBay listings and live my life.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about that.
Oh man, I got 9 orders to pack this morning. I haven't even started.
Hey, how many pins do you sell? And is that what you're packing also?
I sold 2 pins that I listed yesterday for right at $200. And then that one other expensive pin I put on auction, and I got my first bid at $150.
Wow.
So yeah, those aren't. I'm not gonna have those pins very long. They're gonna fly out of here.
Yeah, those are good finds.
Yeah, as resellers, we buy so much stuff that just sits, even after you list it. But every once in a while, you get those good things that you list them and then they're gone within a month, and you're like, that was good. I can't believe I'm out of them.
Yeah. Like, I need those again, then you'll never find them again.
Yeah.
Hey, Maggie.
Maggie.
Good morning.
Maggie.
Maggie's back out in the sunroom.
Yep.
I'm gonna
She's
go,
already got a glass of wine over there on the table.
I'm gonna go to the beach.
Really go to the beach.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Take me with you, please.
Life's the beach.
Yeah.
Wow, my hair look really weird.
Well, you've been to the gym. You've been working out.
Yeah, I just got out of the shower.
Let's get physical. Physical.
Oh, God. Let's see.
Morning, Hank and Liz, Carolina author, and Carol. How's everybody? Sherry.
Carol's still in bed.
So Carol's doing good. She's still sleeping. Yes, beach, please. Thank you.
I
No,
gotta-
Liz.
We have to live our pipe dreams of the beach through Maggie.
Maggie, how far are you from the beach right now? The real beach?
Like the ocean?
Yeah.
It's about, I guess our closest beach here, we go into Cape May. Probably about 5 miles.
Okay, so you're not like walking distance to it.
No, I mean, we're on the Delaware Bay and there's a beach there. So I can,
Right.
I can walk there from here. That's about 1.5 blocks away.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
But to get to the ocean, no, we have to drive in.
Yeah, but still, it's not really that far of a drive, really, if you think about it.
Oh, no, it's not far at all.
Not like 7 hours,
A girl that I went to school with, she and her husband live in Myrtle Beach, and we talk every so often. I mean, probably once a month we'll talk. And I mentioned one time, I said, we'd like to have like a little condo down at the beach, and every once in a while she just says, "How about this?" And that's what the message would be. And she'll attach a link to a little condo that's overlooking the beach, and it's actually beachfront, and it's $400,000. I'm like, no, we need to get a lot cheaper than that. If I was going to live down there, then we might go for something in that up in that price bracket, but not for a weekender.
So I'd like to go to Myrtle Beach. I ain't been there before. I just don't know how expensive it is, like, to live there or anything.
It's it's not really that more expensive than any place else.
Yeah.
Unless you get into the central part of South Carolina, where like Johnson County and places like that, then it's real cheap to live there. But if I'm going to live at the beach, I want to live on the beach. I don't want to. I don't want to. If I'm going to put up with all the traffic and crap like that, I want to live at the beach. Roberta just wants to have a deck so she can go out and sit on, a balcony so she can go sit out on the balcony and feel the breeze and listen to the ocean.
See, that's how I am too. That's my tranquility.
I wouldn't want to be right on the water because that would worry me with storms and stuff. Even here in the bay, houses along the bay where it's pretty calm. But in a storm last year, some of their decks got destroyed and everything.
Right.
So I don't want to be right on the water. I would like to be able to see the water. We can't see it from where we are, but it's just a walk away. So.
Itching to Scratch UK says we have some nice beaches in Wales. Yeah, but that water's so damn cold.
Carol lives 35 minutes to the beach. Like, I need to move there. See, storms don't worry me that much as far as, having to get out or anything, because I've dealt with those. Now, we live on the coast and stuff, but I don't know. I just worry about the damage and losing stuff.
We deal with thunderstorms more than we do with hurricanes, and our thunderstorms wreak havoc.
Flood insurance.
Yeah.
Y'all get some powerful ones down there too, don't you, Kathy?
Yeah, we get some pretty bad ones coming through here because we're close by that tornado alley, but we get lucky because that Mississippi River kind of stops them, but we get hit a lot. We've been getting hit a lot more here than we used to. But it's just
what the worst part about the beach is vacuuming the sand out of your car when you get home.
Yeah. But those weather effects.
No, what the worst part of the beach is about getting it out of the crack of your butt after you've been down in the water.
You're supposed to have your clothes on, Tom. So keep your clothes on, you'll have that problem.
That's the truth.
Always rainy. Good morning, Joanna.
Hey, Joanna.
She says she'll stay in Illinois where I can hide from the tornadoes in the basement.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, beaches are good for metal detectors.
Yeah, especially in a country that's been there for thousands of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you metal detect around here, the oldest thing you'll get might be 120 years old. They metal detect in the UK, and they get stuff from Roman occupation and all sorts of stuff.
There's the link if anybody would like to come in.
Yeah, here
all I ask is you behave. We have enough problem keeping Maggie under control. I really don't need a bunch of people in. She's such a wild child.
She is. You have to watch Meg. Yeah, she's always cannon.
Deb's not in here yet.
She's been, hang on. She says she'll be back in just a little bit.
Okay. Was she in the chat?
She said she took a while to print some labels. I can't read now. Hang on. Stop
Yeah,
it.
when I'm metal detect in Texas, this is what I find the most of.
Yeah.
The little pull tabs off the top of aluminum cans.
Well, you just have to collect them, and that'd be like money in the bank.
I used to collect aluminum cans, and then the price dropped, and I quit. I mean, a full pickup load of aluminum cans now is about $100 at the scrapper,
Wow.
and
Yeah,
that's
it's not worth
crushed.
it.
That's
Well,
after you smash them.
Most of the schools, that's all they want. You know, like when they're collecting stuff for, all they want is good morning, Kaja. Y'all need to start putting phonetical pronunciations beside some of these names.
If not, we're gonna screw them up big time.
Okay, yeah, because I will abuse them because trying to, okay, that looks like that should be a certain sound, but I don't think it is. Good morning, Missy Larry. Yeah, but that's all the schools collect now is the little aluminum pull tabs because they said there's just about as much aluminum in those as they are the rest of the can.
Miss Joanne was saying give them to the Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah, save them up. Good morning, Swamp Picker. Glenn, there's a link a little ways up if you want to come visit.
I know the last time we were in Florida, there was a guy inside the water with a metal detector. I was like, what the hell is he doing? I was like, I ain't never seen that.
Yeah. The last time we were at the beach, I got up and the sun was just coming up.
Kadisha?
I don't know.
She
And
wrote it out. Oh, that's what it
there
looks
were,
like.
the tide was out and guys were, old guys were, and there was a couple of like 10 to 12-year-old boys out there. They were out where the water had, withdrawn so far out. They were out there looking there. And later on, I happened to talk to one of the guys that was actually staying at the hotel we were staying at. And he said he found some gold bracelets and things, the like chain link bracelets. Because the current will pick them up and it'll just kind of like roll them out further.
Huh.
But I asked him what he did with it. Did he sell them? He said, nah. He says he's got a bunch of buckets at home that he just throws everything in. And he tells his kids that when he's gone, then they can each have a bucket or they can pour it all out and sort it between them.
Oh, no.
But he said his daughter said, well, we'll just take them and cash them all in and then divide the cash.
Yeah.
But there's a guy around here that works the good morning, Landshark. I know you're going to be busy shortly. If you want to pop in here, there's a link a little further up in the chat.
Hey, Craig, how are you?
But there's a guy that he works the greenways around here, and he around all the benches they have on it, he searches around it. And he says he's found a bunch of stuff, rings and odd and end jewelry. And I said, aren't you supposed to give those to the city? He said, I'm not giving the city nothing.
Now, how do you do that back screen thing that she was doing? I was going to do video, but I look like hell, so.
You go to your camera, and on the right-hand side is a little up arrow. You click on it, and it says choose a virtual background. And if you got a clean enough background, you can do it without like a green screen.
Hey, I ain't got no makeup on me. I don't need to scare everybody off.
Honey, I don't have no makeup on either. Do you? I care.
You always look so pretty anyway.
I did run a toothbrush through my mouth, and I did comb my hair, and that's about it.
I know, right? Craig, looking like hell is better than hell warmed over. You're right. been a rough day.
Hey, Rump Stomp.
In Pittsburgh. Morning.
Pittsburgh.
I do like those backgrounds. Those things are cool though.
Yeah, it's cool, but I think like if you use OBS or Slobs, one of those, I think it does a lot better job. And if you have a nice clean
Background.
yeah, like a real backdrop, then it does
I
good.
could get behind my green screen.
You know, because Maggie kind of disappears.
I know. She's just like, poof.
Computer doesn't meet requirements.
What?
Windows 10 and 64 bits.
He's talking about
Oh.
if you
I
click
got
off
Windows 10.
if you click off the green screen, it gives me that message too. I'm not really concerned about it.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
I got to get another computer anyway, so. And I'd really like to try my hand at a Mac, but I don't know about that.
Then what do you do? Let's see. It didn't do nothing. What do you do?
I know Maggie and Bridget and Craig all worship at the altar of the Apple computer, and
Yes, we are the enlightened ones.
the
One of the light ones. I just can't afford one.
that's just it. They're so expensive, even if you get one of the bottom of the line ones.
But they'll last you forever.
Well, that's just
Yeah.
it. Because they don't do like, God, my ears itching this
That's wrong
morning.
with that.
They don't push a fix that knocks out half the computers on the market, you know.
Yeah.
A solid color video background is required.
Like, how do y'all download those backgrounds? Because mine says none.
Okay. I don't know why it does that. Some of them says none, but you can upload let me
I
get
just
Glenn.
uploaded, like the picture I have up now is just the picture of the beach at the end of just a picture I took with my camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Good morning, Glenn.
Bridget goes on and looks at
Disney stuff.
for Disney pictures. I mean, just Google and steal a picture. Basically.
Yeah, I have to look at some.
All right.
Now, when you on Marcel's show, when you have the American flag, are you using OBS to do that?
Yeah. Yeah, he uses OBS when we do that because he has that ticker and stuff at the bottom from the
Right.
Fox News. Yeah. But he's the one that does all. I'll have to make him do it for me. I'm not the computer person.
Okay, sugar. You need to let them be sweet.
Good morning.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey, morning, Glenn. How's things in your neck of the woods?
Good so far. Supposed to get a little bit more rain today, but all the rain they said we were supposed to get, we didn't get, which I'm glad, because not, it'd have been nasty. It was never about the wind and all that. It was more like about the rain, the 20 inches of rain they expected.
Oh God.
My son had
Like our canal where back floods, and there's barely any water in it. I mean, it's probably about like this. When it gets to the top, going the other way.
We're not laughing at you, Glenn. We're laughing at Todrick.
Yeah, so I'm trying to do a background with the yellow notebook.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find something to work. It's hilarious. They want green. Let's see what I can do.
Well, at a far off distance, your clipboard disappeared. Or whoever walks away. What? Don't knock my stuff off, baby. I was hoping Bridget would come in for a few minutes. I know she's busy as all get out, but
she doesn't let anything distract her.
well, she could come in, have her coffee, and then go on to what she needs to get done.
She had her coffee at 5 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, I didn't get up till about 7.
Todd, click off, go to none, and then go back to that. Look at that.
Hey, you almost got it there. Look, Todd getting all techie now. Lord help
Yeah.
us.
Todd's going to be ordering him a green screen now.
I got a green curtain and all that, but I just don't use it for anything. Came with my photography kit.
Oh, wow,
Right.
That's like the hand that ate the peach.
That's right.
Like a horror movie.
I know, right? Yeah, Todd needs a Speedo for his hand crazy.
That's right.
Somebody's going to end up making him one now.
Oh man.
I got like 5 or 6 going out this morning.
I have 6. Not too shabby.
So did Barry go straight up like the Mississippi or something?
Oh no, it didn't do that. It went kind of to the west of us,
Right.
west of Alexander, or a little bit close to it, and it's already out of Louisiana. It's probably in Arkansas now.
Well, Rumpstop Reseller said, Swamp Picker, did you have to send Hurricane Barry to Missouri? We don't need more rain.
Right. Yeah, but we get the water. He said all that water down up there, it'll come down the Mississippi River.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you watch the Weather Channel, people were joking. I mean, even the pastor made a comment during the sermon. Pray for those guys because they don't know what they're doing. Or the national media, they come down here and all that, saying the levees are overtopping and this and that when it's not even a levee.
Oh, I like that backdrop, Todd.
Oh, God. Oh, yum.
Is that shrimps? That's some fried shrimps, isn't it?
Trumps.
Shrimps.
That was fish and chips from I guess we were in Massachusetts or somewhere.
Looks good.
It does.
Well, I hate for y'all get all that water out there on along the Mississippi Beltway or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Because I know Mr. Sadie's already lost one house.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, during the 16 flood, it was bad. Like all this neighborhood in here,
Right.
the houses got a couple feet of, probably about a foot of water further down, 4 feet of water. Most of the houses are built on cinder blocks. So when you get, they say they got 2 foot of water in their house, it's 4 foot of water,
Yeah.
Like at 82, I lived in this neighborhood, and I mean, if you're over 50 or 40, houses have 4 furnaces. So you can actually look through, it went basically to the ground almost, part of the house. And you can see the water coming up it,
Wow.
and sandbagging. So that don't do no good if we can, sandbag inside the house, all that, so.
Rumpstop, be careful cutting grass. But I thought you had a young man living in your house with you. You need to teach him how to push that lawnmower. I believe she said
Todd,
she
that
had
doesn't look like your keto diet there.
No, I cheated a little bit on vacation.
Oh, hell, when we go on vacation, I'm going to be cheating like it's never happened.
Like you bought a prostitute while you was there?
Yeah, I'm going to be going like first breakfast, second breakfast, and then go to the dining room. And then we'll start have lunch, and then we'll start with the afternoon buffets.
And might even get some room service.
I might even get,
You're always
okay.
going to cheat on your diet whenever you're on vacation.
I'm and our room is like 2 floors beneath the restaurant or the Lido deck where they have the buffets at. So all we got to do is walk down the hallways a ways, get on the elevator, go up, and we'll be at the at the buffet.
was trying to see if I had one that would. Here's one.
Sugar. You gotta be still.
Now I'm looking at stuff now for pictures. I need a background.
I'll tell you what, some of these people get real fancy with this stuff.
I'd say so. I'd have to move over to Marcel's green screen.
What do you need to tell him he needs to buy you a new computer?
Yeah, okay. We got 2 Apple laptops, but he needs to fix them.
I've got the worst computer in the house, and I'm the only one that makes any kind of money with them. And I don't make a whole bunch with this one, but at least I can say I'm making a little money with it. The boys have gaming computers. We gave them when they graduated from high school. I gave Roberta a really nice laptop that's built on gaming specs because she likes to play a lot of games.
Yeah, but those are the best. Those are the ones that last longest too.
My old piece of crap HP desktop that I think I paid $100 for because it was on clearance at Staples. Just keeps plugging away. Oh, look at that picture.
Oh.
That was about 30 minutes after they skydived.
So they were relaxing. That's a smile of relief.
Thank you, we lived.
Oh, Valerie's ready to go again.
Mm-hmm.
I hope she tells y'all all about it next week when she's here. Watch her smile.
Yeah.
I think she was really excited about it.
She's been wanting to do it for a while.
And Texas Val, she's ready for Valerie to move down in her neck of the woods.
I think she's going to do it.
There's a lot of resellers in Texas.
Yeah, I need to go where there's not any at all.
So you can find some stuff.
Yes. We have way too many resellers in our area.
I'm about to try, see if I can add a background. It finally came up, purple background. See if I can get it done.
Yeah, I don't have a solid enough background for mine.
Yeah.
I'd have to move salt and pepper shakers.
Yeah, mine's crazy. Well, I do have actually a green behind me, but it's all covered up with stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's find out if I can get it something, get it up or something.
Patrick, who is that young fellow? Is he looking for people to, what do they call it? Not commandeer. And when they go over and knock you on top of the head, and then when you'd wake up, you were on a ship out in the Atlantic, whatever that was called.
Oh God. That pirating?
No, it was how they filled up their ships when they
Oh.
couldn't get enough people to do it.
Yeah, we were in Boston Harbor, and this was the captain of the ship. We commandeered his boat and threw his tea overboard.
We're throwing your tea overboard.
Yeah.
Does he like? He looks like that Mario Lopez.
Yeah, I was about to say he looks too pretty to be a sea captain. I thought they were always, their skin was conscription. Thank you, Jim and Tara. Feel free to. You want the.
There's the cat. She's being bossy this morning.
Yeah, she's been.
Got the butt up in that face now.
She's just been. She thinks she owns the place.
She does.
That's the link, Tara, if you want to come in, or anybody else wants to come in, because we can do up to 100 people in this group.
Oh.
That's crazy.
It was pretty fun the other night, but I don't see
Bridget.
What did it get up to? Like 33? How many did you? What was the most you
We
had?
got up to 34.
Okay. I
Dang,
think I
that's
saw
not bad.
27.
And after 24, it starts spinning it off to another page. And I think it loses a lot in the, I mean, like for what we do, it loses a lot having to flip back and forth.
Yeah.
And how long
Because,
stay on here like till midnight or something? Or
oh yeah,
it's like 5 hours. 'Cause I got off about 10 o'clock or so. It saw like 5 hours when I woke up in the morning on the total time did.
Yeah, that's Bridget's statue in Salem.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised they put that up.
It's kind of weird. Yeah, be weird. Yeah.
Oh, that.
They filmed the movie there or what?
No,
Nah, I don't know.
just the whole witch thing.
Downtown Salem is all about the tourists and witch museums and witchiness.
Witchiness.
Yeah,
How old is that statue? Is it right from the 70s?
I have no idea.
I'm just curious when they put it up.
I don't think it's been there that long.
I know the Rocky statue's down in PA. You know, I've been down there before, and it's kind of off to the right of the library steps, kind of in a cubby hole.
Museum steps.
Good morning, Lothar. You know, us Southerners, we have to throw a few extra syllables in there.
Thor. Good morning.
There we go. Sorry about that.
That way I can see everybody.
We lost power there for a few minutes. That storm from the south came up here pretty quick.
Did it?
Okay, there you are. You were on here last. I saw you last night.
Did y'all get some of Barry all the way up there?
Yeah, big time. Starting at 6 o'clock in the morning till 7, and we lost power for like 20 minutes.
Oh wow!
I was about to make coffee, and then the coffee machine went out. So I had to wait 20 minutes more for my coffee and change a whole bunch of light bulbs. So
Oh goodness.
We normally don't get hurricanes up here where I'm at. We get like their leftovers.
Yeah.
But the only hurricane we've had since I've been an adult and remember such things. Ouch, Roxy. Was when Hugo came storming in here. Because Hugo hit Charleston and everybody thought it was going to just follow the coast from there. Well, it just downshifted and locked four-wheel drive in and came, let's go visit Charlotte, North Carolina.
I was in Germany, and I was telling that guy, about I was over there in Indiana. I'm coming back, then they turn on the news on the, the screens and all that, and say it was showing Carolina's hit by a hurricane and all that. And I thought, well, heck, we never even knew about it. I was over there like almost a week and a half.
Yeah.
I think 11 days.
A guy I went to high school with, he lived in St. Thomas. He worked for the government down there. And when Hugo was headed towards St. Thomas, they were super concerned. They said it's going to be powerful. So he and his wife put their two kids on the plane, and his next door neighbors they're real close with, they put their two kids on a plane to my friend's parents that live in Charlotte. Well, they had the power and the water on back in St. Thomas in about a week. They were without power and water up here for 3 weeks.
Wow.
And they wouldn't let them because they tried to get the kids back on a plane back to St. Thomas, and they still had the island locked down, so they couldn't get them back down there.
someone's having drinks this early in the morning.
Oh, that's Todd.
That's his pictures.
Oh, okay.
Todd, you having what the hell is that?
Actually, a hand there. Is that real?
That looks like a Bloody Mary and a tequila sunrise.
Yeah. Okay.
That's pretty close. We had a little cocktail while we were in, I forget where we were, Salem, I think. It was a Bloody Mary and I think that other drink was called the kitchen sink. I think they put everything that was behind the bar into that and then added a bunch of fruit juice and stuff.
To cover everything up.
Yeah, you guys don't have Caesars down there either, eh?
What is that?
Caesars is like a Bloody Mary, but it's you're using clamato juice instead of tomato juice.
Right.
Clamato juice is clam juice with tomatoes.
No.
Look up Caesars, how to make a Canadian Caesar. They make them in Florida all the time because all the Canadians down there. But
Yeah. I've never asked for one. I'm sure they've made it. I'll drink Bloody Marys.
I don't drink, so like usually it's I think 1 ounce of vodka, ice, your I guess what you call it, your clam juice and tomato juice are pre-mixed already.
Right.
Then they shoot Tabasco and Worcestershire sauce in there, and then a celery stick. But they usually pepper or salt the rim too.
Right.
So the celery stick is really important.
Yeah, Tabasco sauce is made down in this part of the country. Only place in the world.
Yeah, they used to have a Tabasco store at the Riverwalk Mall in New Orleans. I don't know whether they still do or not. Everything is Tabasco. Matter of fact, I got a couple of those little tiny bottles of Tabasco on where our TV's at up on the shelf beside it.
Well, that's where the hurricane went. You know, some parts of it got hit real hard. So I haven't seen nothing yet on the news, but I'm not sure how much their fields got affected by the storm.
Well, it came down pretty good here, and like I think we got probably 5-10 inches of rain maybe in like 20 minutes here.
Wow.
So
you usually get flash flooding when you got that type of stuff.
Yeah.
That looks good, Kathy. Is that a wave breaking behind you, or is that ice?
That's a wave. I actually got that picture off of Instagram.
There we go. I'm looking at the YouTube one. I'm wondering why there's such a big delay. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Ansley. Hi, Jim and Tara.
Yeah, I gave him a link. I guess she's working this morning.
That is one ugly burger with fries.
Not burger, that's barbecue.
No, that's a burger.
Pulled pork.
Is that a burger? It looks like pulled pork from here. It's small.
It's got fried.
Looking for down here it would be.
It's a burger with like onion ring strings on it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I see it now.
Heart attack burger.
Ah, that does look good.
I tell you what, if you ever go to a Bad Daddy's burger place, it's called the Carolina something or other. It's a Carolina burger.
They have a Carolina Reaper or something like that burger. I know
that sucker will make you kiss your grandma, even if you have to dig her up to do it. I'm telling you, that is the best daggum burger because it's got onions and chili. Good morning, Tara.
Hi, Tom.
She was knocking.
I know.
Tom was saying, "Oh, I gave her the ring, but she ain't coming on." I'm like, I'm sitting here knocking.
Well, I didn't see you knocking.
Well, you should be on top of that, Tom.
Well, my executive producers, I was going to give, I think I figured out how to give Deb co-host rights so she can let people in and stuff like that.
Can't you have like some kind of sound feature, like when somebody knocks, like a loud doorbell or something, so you know they're there?
Well, it normally ding dongs, but it hasn't been ding dong in recent. I mean, the last few.
Now, that's a problem when your ding dong's not ding dong.
Okay, Tara. She's full of it this morning.
Like in Minnesota, it's cold in those parts, eh?
That's right.
Yeah, but I'm from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Minnesota's completely different over there.
You're right next door.
Completely different. There are a bunch of crazy liberals over in Minnesota. I'm from Wisconsin. Yeah, it's true, but Minnesota is way crazier.
I know. The them is fighting words up here.
You know?
You betcha.
That's Minnesota too.
Yep.
I'm what they call a Canadian Republican. I want to separate from Canada. People laugh at me that way all the time. What? What is that? What do you mean separate? Ooh.
Yeah, if you hear Droid talk, he talks like he's a Republican, you know.
It's All countries have their good and their bad.
Well, if I win the lottery, I'm out of here. I'm off to Europe. I'm going to Austria. What's the finger thing? The sign? Okay.
Right.
Hello? Yeah, it works good.
Do they still do it in Canada where they like I was in Canada when I was in 8th grade on a fishing trip, and when you go to the liquor store, you're only allowed to buy I think it's like a case of beer and maybe 2 bottles of like hard liquor or something.
No, that's only in certain little towns, so you don't.
Because I was over, I think it would be Ontario. I was by Sioux Lookout, and then when you went to the liquor store, all the beer cans would be on the wall, so you could pick out what you wanted to drink, and then it comes from a back room on roll.
Yeah, it's an Ontario beer store. That's not like here. You actually take your beer out of the fridge, the cashier. But it's a beer store. But Ontario has different rules. Every province has a different rule, just like every state.
Yeah. Well, that would turn. I'm like, well, I'm not going to live somewhere where they're going to tell me how much stuff I can buy.
Tom,
No,
is
you
that a
don't.
doll hand? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
That's a doll
interrupt. Is
Yeah.
that a doll hand?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
There is rules in certain towns would have reserves near them that you can only buy so much alcohol.
Yeah.
Dang.
Mhm.
What a communist country.
Yep. Oh, I can't stand Ontario. Our province.
And for guns, can you only own long gun?
No, you can own pistols here as long as you've never been arrested before.
Oh, okay. Okay,
so if you've been arrested, you can never own a pistol, but you have to join a gun club because what it is, when you buy a gun here, you need to get a TTT slip from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police to transfer your gun from the gun shop to your home, and that's all you can do. Because pistols are they're allowed, but you have to join a gun club. It's just part of the thing. Okay, and you can't shoot it anywhere else but the gun club.
That doesn't sound like any fun.
Yeah, an AR-15 and stuff like that, they're pinned at 5.
Yeah.
So the magazine is always pinned at 5.
Yeah.
Except something like an M1 Garand, where you're allowed to put 8 bullets in. That's allowed. 303 British, there's some that hold 10 rounds. That's fine. It depends on what type of firearm you have. The thing that you can have is something like a shotgun with 400 rounds in it, or like a machine gun belt, anything automatic. It's license you can't even get.
Yeah, well, that's like that in America too. You can't get a machine gun without. What is that? A class 3 license, and it's very expensive.
Yeah, it's a class 3 stamp through the FBI and to the government.
I think it costs like $10,000 or something.
Depends what state you're in again. Because in the state of Las Vegas, was it in Nevada? You don't need that class. It's only like $15.
I thought that was federal, but I'm not sure. It's not that expensive. For a class 3?
Oh, it's like $600.
Oh, okay.
Is it $100 now? Okay.
$600 every 2 years, he said.
Oh, really?
And that's to have like a machine gun?
Tax stamp on a weapon, which it used to be $200 per weapon, but I don't know if I think they've increased that. I don't know what it is.
Hey, Karen.
It was too rich for my blood at 200, so.
Well, there's actually a law on YouTube that if you're talking to anyone in Europe and you're talking guns, you're not allowed to. So you might lose your channel. So just be careful.
Oh, really?
If there's anyone from Europe, if you're talking live with them, because certain people in Europe, if they talk guns on YouTube, they can get thrown off their channel.
Huh. Crazy.
I thought the German government changed over in 45.
I had a piece of land that I listed for sale on Facebook Marketplace. It's hunting land. In the description, I put in the description that it was hunting land because I don't want people to think it's residential land that they can go build a permanent house on. It's hunting land, camping retreat, used for deer hunting. My listing on Marketplace was held for review because they're like, well, you can't sell guns, animals, and one other thing I can't remember. The only thing I could figure is the keywords of hunting and maybe deer. They thought it was like a gun or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but they do that because you got to understand too. There's a lot of people who do sell weird stuff on the internet, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have to be careful because they can get sued. It's not you who gets sued; it's they who get sued. So they got to protect their butt.
Has anybody ever tried to sell a pocket knife on like Let Go or Facebook? Not
No.
Facebook, but they'll take it down because it's a real small one I carry.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably 1.5 inch blade. You put that on there, you take it down. But at the same time, you can put this up. Kitchen knife, great for cutting tomatoes and onions. And it's okay.
Yeah.
This is a small one I'm talking about. There's some of them that got like a bread knife, which is like a 10-inch blade. This is about 6 or 8 here.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay, but put that on.
England has to be the worst. There was a kid who was walking around with a fork and a butter knife in his backpack going to school. They arrested that kid and put him in jail for 3 months and gave him a criminal weapons charge. So now he can't go to the States to school. There was another woman. She was working with a screwdriver and she was using a knife to cut some string off a fence. They arrested her and tried to give her 2 months. They gave her 3 months house arrest instead. This is in England.
Okay, this is in Canada.
No, this is in England.
In England. Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Yeah. In England, it has to be the worst thing because the cops just pick on people if they're even just doing work. So what happens now? There's builders who have to use like blades to cut their insulation and stuff. There was a whole bunch who got fined for having that. That's a work thing, and they just quit the site. So.
And that, folks, is the reason there's 20,000 British citizens wanting to get green cards to the United States.
You can do a lot with me if I have it. With this, a number 2 pencil that's sharpened.
Yeah, but you know what? The super rich in the UK can have machine guns and guns because they have the money to.
If I was a terrorist, I'd have like a handful of those in my pockets and all that. If you wanted to kill people, like you said.
Yeah. But like I said, the super rich in England got pretty much every weapon you can think of. It's just normal people just get picked on in the UK. That's why a lot of people want to leave.
Liz said her vintage record player listing got pulled for violation of Facebook like a week ago. I don't know what the heck made them pull it down.
Yeah.
Have you reached out to them and said, why did you pull this down? It's probably some 18-year-old that doesn't even know what a damn record player is.
Well, yeah, it must be like I'm assuming some kind of robot picked up like one keyword in it or whatever. Like on mine with that land, it says, it sent me a notification you want to appeal this. And then they want me to look at their laws, which I did look at, and it has no restrictions for selling land on Facebook.
Crazy.
I think honestly, like the thing where you can't sell animals on Facebook anymore is ridiculous. It's the stupidest thing there is. Because you had a lot of like horse Facebook sites where if somebody wanted to advertise their horse for sale, they'd put it up on these Facebook sites. And now they've taken that away. So people will try to sneak them through by saying, I have a halter for sale. It'll be a picture of a horse wearing the halter.
And you can still go to classifieds in a newspaper and put out whatever you want. A gun, a horse, an orangutan, whatever you want to advertise. As long as it's legal to possess, you can advertise in a classified ad in a newspaper. So why would Facebook Marketplace be any different? I mean, it just doesn't.
There is a reason. There is a reason because newspapers are classified. They have a license to do that in their offices. So if you walk into the offices and you can ask for their license to sell and buy, they have one on their wall. Facebook, probably does not have one. So usually you're classified.
Yeah, but the license does a license give you specifically allow you to sell certain items?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's really strange. There's a lot of stuff that people don't know about what kind of license you need. It's just like the chicken tax, where foreign pickup trucks can't come into the U.S. without paying a high dividend of tax. That's why you don't see pickup trucks from anywhere else in the world coming to the United States, just due to the chicken tax. And the chicken tax started in the 1900s from American chickens going to Germany and places in Europe. And chicken prices went down. You can look that up on the internet. This is called the chicken tax.
I would only drive a United States truck.
You have never driven a good truck. Give me 1 second here.
I
Oh, those
drove
are
a
fighting
Toyota,
words.
Didn't like it.
The thing with animals though on Facebook, I think it's because you had like they were cracking down on people like selling dogs because they're getting all freaked out like with puppy mills and that. And I'm not saying I condone puppy mills, don't get me wrong. But I think when they broad brush it like that, they've gone a little too far.
Yeah, and they had all like those pit bull fightings going on. People were selling them there for fighting them and not actually, for pets. And I think that was the biggest thing they were cracking down on too in the puppy
But
mill.
again, your newspaper,
Mm-hmm.
you can still put them in a classified.
Yeah.
I just think if it's a keyword like Anissa was saying, she had an armor pulled down, some armor sneakers, and I had like the Parker's uniforms pulled down. I think if it's a product name, I think they're kind of trying to be like eBay is, and that those.
And I think with that hunting land, I suspect it's because I had, in my title, I had the word hunting in it. I had deer hunting in the title too. I had hunting twice in it.
Yeah,
and
they have their guidelines up there. Man, I think that's a lot. You just have to go through the appeal process. You just have to look and make sure you don't put like words.
I think they put it back up. I applied for the appeal process and I said, "What's the problem? This is for land." And I did I edited my title and took deer hunting out of it and just left one word of hunting in. And I think it went back on Marketplace. It's been on my local, like when you put it up, you have your local selling site, and then you can put it on Marketplace and other selling sites. I think it for sure made it through all the smaller selling sites on Facebook. They just pulled it off Marketplace. But I think they might have put it back.
Yeah, that's how I do with the Parker.
Mother's mustache, Ansley.
I was like, sure, for that reason.
I saw you smiling, and I had to go see what you were smiling about. Good morning, Claybank.
She's rare.
She's full of it this morning.
That was good.
All right, I'm gonna Google this. I'm curious.
I'm back. What did I miss?
Just off-colored remarks, or well, not off-colored, but they could be construed as off-colored in the.
No, I can't with y'all either.
In the chat.
It's just our group of people. We get a little.
They got some crazy people. We have some crazy people in this group.
Okay.
I don't think some of them get out very much.
I might need a couple of those. I got to see this. We have dark sense of humor, or dirty sense of humor.
Nancy.
They talk about men being bad. Nah, us women are worse.
I'm gonna tell you what. That's just it. I don't think very many of y'all ladies that I socialize with in this group is going to be able to go into politics.
If I go into politics, I'm gonna go ahead and look. I talk dirty about men. I say cuss words like a sailor. I have smoked pot and held quite a few times. I drink. I am gonna tell you all the truth. I don't care. I ain't got nothing to hide.
But I won't lie. I won't screw you. Like the rest of the politicians will. Yeah, we're gonna give her another year to get over this health issue she's got, and then we're going to start prepping her for the state in Mississippi, from the great state of Mississippi. She'll have to move. She'll have to move to Washington D.C. then.
Oh God.
Oh God, I don't know. Will you be able to afford to keep up 2 places?
No.
You'll have to vote you a raise 6 months into your job.
Oh, thank you.
Well, just think, Marcel could take his business with him. His job with him.
Right? Yeah, I ain't got no time to lie to you about it. I'm going to tell you the truth because I don't need the little other people coming out saying other stuff. Nope.
Well, let's see if it's windy in Washington today. That means Trump wears a hat.
His real hair. Y'all need to stop.
Okay, this is kind of funny. So this is Facebook's guideline for stuff they prohibit for sale, because you can sell other stuff, including drugs. Okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
adult items or services, so sex toys or prostitution service. I understand that. Alcohol, I understand that. Weapons, I understand that. Animals. Why do you put them in there? This is just somebody's like belief that you should not sell animals on.
No, but when you got a site saying you have land or property just for hunting, you should just say I just have land. More details, please call.
Well, I'm going to tell you a reason why I did that like that, because it's not residential land. I can make that typed as clear as I can, and I still get idiots who want to ask me, can I build a house out there permanently? No, that's why I do it, because I do like to try to weed out some of those questions. Otherwise, I'll have 100 questions a day.
Yeah.
So land, if I could build
is that land zoned not to have properties on it, or
no, it's got an easement through county forest land. It has no utilities and it has no good driveway going in there. It would probably cost you $150,000 to bring in utilities and
I would
put a
sell it for that.
driveway.
You make more money.
Can you
What?
not put?
I would sell it for just, hey, you want to put a cabin on there? Here, it's yours. Who cares?
Can you not put like?
I'm not saying you can't put a cabin on there.
Yeah.
You can put a cabin on there, but you have in real estate, when you sell real estate, you have the dreamers out there, because obviously it's priced accordingly.
Yeah,
sure,
of
if
course.
it was on a paved road, it's an $80,000, $90,000 piece of property, so it's priced accordingly because you're not going to build a house on it. So you get the dreamers who are like, oh well, they don't know what they're talking about, I could build a house out there, and then they go, and then I'm the one who's got to show them in that. So I like to try to weed out the idiots before I get to them.
But somebody that wants to be off the grid could build out there.
Well, it'd be a bitch in winter getting in and out of there, but okay.
Well, don't y'all have snowmobiles up there?
There's skidoos.
Well, yeah. Do you want to go to the grocery store with your snowmobile or take your kids to school with your snowmobile? I used to snowmobile. I don't think I would.
You just use a car with winter tires on it.
Yeah, but you're not going to get through the woods with a car with winter tires.
Oh, so it's a very rustic trail back there. It's not like a road.
Walking trail, yes. You have like sometimes in the spring of the year, you're going to have wet spots where you should be able to get through with 4-wheel drive. And I emphasize the word should at times of the year. So.
And wet spots.
Did you sell it?
No, I just put it back up for sale like yesterday. I think I got 2 people that want me to show it to them. But again, I get like the questions, well, how hard would it be to put electric in there? So that's part of the reason I like to say this is hunting land. So I weed out the people that think, the dreamers that think they're going to live on it.
How big a tract of land is it?
22 acres.
Oh, wow. Take your helicopter to work. Take pictures of Bigfoot.
Oh, eventually it'll get developed out there. It's just not there yet. And I don't want to wait 20 years to wait for it either.
No, Jim sold his hunting land, didn't he?
No, that's what I advertised for sale.
Oh, that's the same piece.
Yeah.
Well, it's on a river, a creek or something, isn't it?
It's on a creek and a river. And it owns on both sides of the creek and on both sides of the river.
We'll take a boat to town.
You could, yeah. Yeah, you could. I don't think most people don't want to live like they live in Alaska though, you know.
No.
You'd be amazed how people live.
If Domino's doesn't deliver you too damn far out.
That's right.
It's just like
there was a YouTube video of some kids up on some lake where they hire kids during the summer when everybody moves out to their places on this river, on this lake, and the mail boat just keeps moving, and they jump off and run over and stick the mail in the mailbox and then jump back on the boat if they're lucky. The video I saw was of kids trying out for the team, and some people didn't quite make it. First of all, they should have their mailboxes right there at the end of the float, not over at the land. There's
a lot of people who live in trailers, right? Like, you know, there's people who live, they can they can live in a trailer their whole life and with no problems. And even in a big city, we have the same thing here. People living in trailers, and I don't mean like trailer homes. I mean like actual trailers, like 15-foot trailers. People, they can live like that, you know. So
Well,
even
that's making a big comeback down here with the tiny homes, the ones that's on trailers, and people moving in RVs and stuff like that. I love my wife, but I don't want to be confined to even a 28-foot $1 million motorhome.
That's
don't
big.
want to be confined.
That's a lot of room. I talked to a guy from YouTube, and his apartment is, I think, 226 feet big, and he lives in the Netherlands. And it's pretty much a room, kitchen, bathroom, and like a little alcove for his bed. That's it, and a balcony. So it's 226 feet. So that's tiny.
Okay.
Well, you know, in Japan they have really tiny, like walk-in closet size apartments. It's big enough to have like a 3/4 bed.
Yeah, but that's usually in the big cities. But you could probably find a house outside like the city. Right?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I would like to have about 1,000 of those here. First of all, I could set my 3 sons up real fast. But you know, cheap apartments for these people that's just getting out on their own, and because even the apartments in dodgy areas in Charlotte are $700 a month, which I know that's not a lot compared to some places where for $700 you won't even get a walk-in closet in New York.
No.
I think our average rent in this part of Wisconsin is like, in this county, I'll say between $600 for a very small place to about $1,500.
Yeah, that's the same
There's
thing.
places where you're paying a lot more for rent than that, and I would say $1,500 is usually a house.
Yeah, you mentioned Netherlands. This is being shipped to the Netherlands today.
What is
really?
it?
First class, 16 ounces on the dot. So it goes to Kentucky.
I talked to 2 people there. Some guy named Ralph, and then Prev. He's always on there on YouTube too. So they got channels. So we usually go live maybe every 3rd day or so. But there's a big time difference, so he comes on when it's like 3 o'clock in the morning his time.
Right.
So
it's I don't know. Well, when Jim and Tara get moved to the plantation and Colonel Jim's walking around saying, I get Miss Tara to make you up a mint julep, and let's go sit on the veranda and swat mosquitoes.
that cat loves the table. Are you sure you don't got catnip up there?
No, she wants to be the center of attention.
Oh, okay. You gotta
She's
get
my baby.
That's what you need. Oh, it's gonna be another hot one.
What's it supposed to be up there today?
21 Celsius, so probably around 78. And then
shut up. It's probably going to be 105 down here.
That's why I don't come down there, because I melt.
I think it was here yesterday. I think it was like 88 or 89.
That's what it was here yesterday too. And we're having rain all. It's sunny now, but it's supposed to rain this afternoon again.
Yeah, it rained a little last night.
What gets me down here is it'll be 95 degrees, and then all of a sudden we'll have one of those flash summer storms that only last about.
Oh God, that's steamy.
And then it quits raining. The sun comes back out, and you can see the steam coming off of the
concrete. You know,
it's like that in Florida.
Roberta lived in Fort Lauderdale for a few years, and it rained every day at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, that's how it is. Like when you go down to because we always end up going to Florida like in August. Yeah, every day it will rain just a little bit during the day.
But if you're at the happiest place on earth, you shouldn't mind a little rain.
Don't bother me none. I just go when I get too hot. I go over like to the Hall of Presidents or something. That's like a half hour. You can go sit and cool down.
Yeah. Cool off.
Yeah, you can go to a Home Depot here and sweat your butt off pretty much looking for stuff. They don't put the air conditioner on at Home Depot here, but know what? They'll blast the heat in the wintertime so hot that you can walk around there. It's probably 100 degrees in the wintertime in the Home Depot.
Florida gets hot. I'll say that, but I've been there in August. It doesn't seem as bad as other places can be.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because they're on a peninsula.
Yeah.
But like I was in Jackson, Mississippi, and then I went over to Vicksburg to the park. That's freaking hot. That was hot in August. I mean, that was
Oh
hot.
God, yes.
I told
You
you about
don't
that
even
guy
like
riding
hot.
that bike out of the park. I mean, he looked like somebody hosed him down. The sweat's just whirling off his head. And Jim's in the truck. He rolls the window down. He goes, "Oh boy, bad day to pick riding a bike." The guy just glared at Jim like, "You asshole."
Yeah, it just thanks ass.
I love Jim. You can't help but love
Nice,
Jim.
like it was a joke, you know. I wasn't being shitty. Yeah. Oh, and then when I did that, I come back through Kentucky. It was hotter in Kentucky than it was in Florida, actually.
Well, let me tell you what. If I'm doing a show and the air conditioner's not working, I'll probably be a little cranky.
You probably got your poor kids with those ropes and those big fans, you know,
That's
fanning
right.
you while you're sitting there doing your show.
Well,
No,
I'm-
I'll get a couple of people from out in the field to come in and fan me.
Oh boy! Oh, see, I wasn't brave enough to say that, Tom.
I remember working in Vienna, Austria, and during the summer one time, I got up to close to 100, and we were working underground in a boring tunnel machine, and it's even twice as hot. The sensors melted, so we got the day off.
Dang.
We all hit the pool because it was that hot, like the beach, pretty much, right? So it's like you can't work in that hot conditions. You can work in cold conditions because you can always heat that space. Like in the wintertime, it was 100 degrees in the tunnel when you're boring a tunnel.
I know, like in Vegas and all that, they work at midnight. But even here, you know, they'll work even on the roads a lot of time. You know,
That they should do that here, but they never do. They block the roads up here. We only have 2 seasons in Canada: it's construction and winter. So it takes an hour to get anywhere, pretty much.
When I was a kid, well, I lived in Charleston, South Carolina until I was 13. And one of my best friends' family they actually had a plantation that was, you know, it was a historical site. And during the summer, they had a lot of like ladies group because it had a nice garden and flower garden and stuff like that. And they'd have tour groups come in. And a lot of times I would go over there and Eric and I, we would dress up and we would like play with toys of that era. And there was a lady, an African-American lady, she's a large lady, whose great grandmother was actually a slave on this plantation. And she actually managed the house part of it, where, you know, when all the tour groups and stuff would come in. Anyway, we would be outside playing and she'd bring out a tray with lemonade on it for us, you know, and cookies and stuff like that. But as soon as that last tourist got on that bus and was going up the road, you could say, "Nana, can I have some more lemonade? It's in the refrigerator. Go get it." The role playing was over with. But that house, the actual house, didn't have central air conditioning in it, and it had fans on the ceiling from back during the era. Slaves would sit there all night and they would pull the string and it would cause the fan to spin.
My mom told me my mom lived in Stone Mountain for a while, and there was a restaurant in Atlanta. It was called Pitty Pat's Porch, and they did it like it was supposed to be like the old South. You know, you had the you know, they were dressed up like mammies, and you had little boys that would read the menu to you and stuff like that. But I'm not even sure that's still open. She goes, it was a really cool place to eat, and the food was great. She goes, but I don't even know if they're around anymore.
Well, there's a restaurant in Myrtle Beach that has been around for years called Mammy's, and
Yeah.
they've got good food there. Now they've got, they don't have there. It's not like a what do you call it? Where they dress up in a theme thing, and they don't dress up in costumes or anything like that. But they've got good food, and I'm surprised that place is still there, that they haven't torn it down. And there was another place that
Oh no, Kitty Pat's porch is still there.
we'll Google it. I got too many screens up. I can't.
I did. It's still open.
Oh, is it?
Yep. I don't know. Here, I'll look inside. Got a picture of a pile of cornbread. Got a guy playing a piano. Oh, it makes me want to go eat there, honestly, because my mom used to go eat there. No, I said a piano.
I thought you were
idiot.
just a guy playing. I thought, oh no, it's gonna be a banjo.
Colonel Jim, go down to Pitty Pat's and get him some.
No, I want to go. Honestly, I want to go. My mom told me about it, but she'd have been down there like in the late 60s, 70s.
Right.
I want to go eat there just because she always talked about it.
Well, they're wanting to cover up the monument on Stone Mountain.
Yeah, I know.
What? No, we don't need to talk about that.
Well, what's wrong with the monument on Stone Mountain?
It's General
Confederate.
Lee, Jefferson Davis.
Get over it.
I sold a postcard. I wish Deb was here. I sold a postcard for $140. I had it on auction.
She's in the chat, Tom, but you're treating her like Maggie today, so
She's not rung in. She's not.
She's
I've
not
been
gonna be
watching.
able to come into this chat. She's in the chat.
Why
She-
doesn't she
her-
just come on the show with us?
Her computer's not working right, I don't think,
Uh,
and she's trying to get some stuff done today.
There's no offense. Like sometimes, like right now, I'm not even looking at the chat because I'm looking at Pat Porch's menu. So then I go back and forth. I can miss stuff easy.
We're just making fun of Tom now.
there was back when they were building they were actually carving the monument. They had a dinner up on the shoulder of one of the generals. They actually had a table and chairs.
What is this place called?
It's called Stone Mountain National. Is it a state park? National park.
I think it might be a state. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a big carving on the side of Stone Mountain.
Because didn't it start as a private enterprise?
Yeah.
Stone Mountain National Park.
Oh, it is national. Yeah, it's like Mount Rushmore, only with
Confederates.
It's almost like they're trying to erase the fact that the Democrats even existed. I don't think.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. That's carved into the stone. Okay.
Yeah, this is actual carving into the stone.
What's wrong with that? I don't understand.
Because
That.
all it's Confederate generals.
It's Confederate. They associate with them as slave owners.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
though
but-
that's not the only thing that they've done in history, but that's the mentality that is being shown and portrayed with these politicians and media and hell, even some of your school teachers. So let's not even get on that.
You're gonna have a time if it keeps going this way where they're gonna want to take like George Washington off the dollar bill or
I'm surprised they haven't.
Jefferson off of the.
No, but they won't because he's a northerner. Do you know what I mean? That's the whole thing.
Washington's not a
Freemason,
northerner. He's a
that's-
Virginia boy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I mean, they're taking who off the $20 bill? They're pissed off that
Andrew
they get that
Jackson.
done. Yeah.
Old Hickory.
And whenever people start taking down a Martin Luther King's statue, because why? I mean, he was a sex addict and he cheated on his wife, beat on his wife. I mean, he wasn't the greatest person in the world. So, I mean, you just have to look at your history. History's for a reason, so we don't repeat it. And everyone just get over all the craziness and just live your life.
We had a thing written up in our newspaper. Okay, I live in a tourist area and we have this chain of lakes. And this person writes up this whole thing, this out of area person, how horrible it was because these people had the little boy fishing, on their dock. You've seen that concrete statue. He's a little boy fishing. He happens to be African American. On how horrible that was and how racist that is that they have that statue out there and they can't believe that people would do this in, Eagle River and stuff like that.
I have no problem though, personally, with black people fishing. I think they totally should be allowed to fish like anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why you can only be white and fish now?
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I thought that was all past.
Jim, have you ever thought about going into politics, son?
I have. That's my major in
That's
college. is
that's his
political
major
science.
in college.
So
I think once you get situated in Kentucky, I think you need to start a dynasty of.
Oh yeah, like they're
I got the
gonna.
wrong accent.
Yeah, they ain't gonna elect no Yankee boy down there.
Yeah, but he thinks like a Southerner.
When we bought that place, we're like, the guy that we bought it from is real nice. He goes, I really like you people. I like the way you think. Most Northerners aren't like you. He goes, but a lot of people down here ain't gonna like you because you were on the wrong side of the war.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, my ancestors weren't even here during the war, so don't feel bad about it.
You should have said, well, thank you very much, but I wasn't even born during the war. So how old do you think I am? I was not even alive.
Oh my God. Yeah, this guy was a hoot. He was like maybe 47 years old, chain smoked, one right off the back of another.
Has a
pacemaker already and all these heart problems, and the guy still just smokes, just
And
one
chew.
off the other.
He was chewing tobacco while he was smoking.
Oh, he's chewing too. Oh my Lord. Anyway.
I saw him put a dip in while he was smoking.
They had the same situation in Germany. You know how we black people are called African American?
Yeah.
Well, there's a law stating we have to call all black people African American. That's the thing, but they're not American, they're German. So as long as you don't take and use the German word and say a German African, you're not allowed to say that.
Oh boy.
Okay, so but they're not even American. So why would you even call them African American? They're not American and they've never been to America.
Yeah,
And it's the same thing here with Canadians. They can never have the proper people like say African Canadian. They don't say that. They have to be African American. Because it states in their rule book, this is how racist the Agenda 21 race, how racist the book is. Every black person must be called an African American because every black person is a descendant of a slave.
But
well, technically, Canada though is part of America.
No, it's not.
I'm from
part of America.
I'm from the United States, so we call it America, but we're the United States of America because Mexico.
Peru, they're all American.
They're all American.
Them are fighting words.
Well, it's like saying that Germany isn't part of Europe, or Britain's not part of Europe. It's part of Europe.
Yeah, we're part of North America.
Yeah, but when people talk about America, they're not talking about North America. They're talking about the United States of America.
Yeah, we're the one that counts.
That's right. That's the reason.
Okay.
Hey, she's right, because you know what? If we go down, we're going to take the world with us.
Yeah, you're all screwed without America.
We'll be fine up here. We're building a new fence. It's made out of golf balls and
hey,
tennis
that was
balls.
in the South Park episode.
Oh my God, I got that. Have you ever seen Team America, World Police? I got that theme song from that movie going through my head now. I'm all getting all jacked up on America.
Oh Lord.
But
have you ever seen that movie, Kathy? Team America?
I don't think I've seen that.
It's the one with the dolls.
It's funny. But anyway, when I first started seeing Jim, that's when it was in the movie theaters, and I wanted to see it, but I didn't want Jim to think I was a child. So I'm like, I don't know, there's this, Team America. We should maybe go watch that. It's kind of like Thunderbirds. And he gave me this look like, okay, what are you, nuts or something?
Thunderbirds were...
We got in the movie theater. I started laughing from the opening scene to the end of the movie. I mean, my eyes were watering.
When they had those two marionettes getting like their fight pose, but then instead of having them like actually try to fight, they just took them and started smacking them together. I'm like, okay, I get it. This is gonna be good.
The funny part is the sex scene in there with the dolls.
God.
Oh yeah, that one goes a little far, but yes. Don't take your children to it.
Yeah, and especially if you get the uncensored DVD one.
Why did everything shift around on the screen?
Someone left.
Maggie left.
Oh, that's what it was. Where'd she go?
As soon as you start talking about, I guess, spoiler alert.
We should probably talk about reselling so that, instead of going off on these side tangents.
Anyway, there is an episode of South Park where the Prime Minister of Canada is building a wall between the United States and,
Yeah, I
and
know.
Canada.
I'm trying to sell my big M&M. Does anyone want to buy it from me?
Now, is it one of those store display ones?
Yeah.
I sold mine on eBay,
You
and I
can
think
take
I
it
got
apart.
$300 for it, and they paid shipping.
I took the arms and legs off and put them inside the M&M, wrapped in bubble wrap, and actually it chipped not too bad.
Oh wow.
But it's
How much did you get for it?
I think $299.99 plus shipping,
Okay.
and it shipped all the way over to like Seattle or Portland or something like
yeah,
that.
but it's just to make it shippable, you have to get the arms and legs off.
I can get a box that size.
Was ours the yellow?
Yeah.
It was a girl, I remember that.
And then maybe it was the green.
But she's the green, I think, isn't
Yeah,
she?
she's green. Yeah.
What's
yeah.
the significance of a green M&M? I don't get it.
I don't.
Well, they made a green one then because they had the yellow one as what I got.
Oh.
They have a red one. What's the
The
round
yellow
guy?
one should be your peanut one, ain't it?
Yeah.
That was the old thing was green M&Ms were supposed to make it.
Oh, I didn't
That's
know.
why. I think the green and the chocolate is the.
I
tip.
didn't get that. I didn't get that memo. I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
we missed that one.
Chicago kids were all over that.
Oh.
There he is, right there.
Green M&Ms like crazy.
The bad influence person over here knows.
Good grief.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, I had the girl. I had the green one. Yeah, he just popped the arms. And I sold mine. Must be 2 or 3 years ago now.
It was in the arena.
How big is he?
Like this is
The
tall.
candy display ones?
Yeah, I'll show you how big it is. Hang on.
But they have a hole in their body that you can put, if you wrap their arms and legs in bubble wrap so they don't scratch up anything, you can put them actually inside the body. And you can, then you're just shipping the M&M really, and it makes a lot off the shipping cost.
Huh.
That was the problem. We had it for a while. It's like, how the hell are we going to sell this? It's going to cost like over $100 a ship because of dimensional weight.
And how much can you get for those?
But I think I got, like I said, I got like $299.99 when I sold mine.
This commercial's
I checked up here. They're only $60.
All right, now I'll look it up.
I would buy it, but I don't have that much money.
No, yeah, you can buy them up here. There's about 400 of them on for sale up here. You can get them off of eBay Canada.
Uh-huh.
$60, $50 for them.
Wow. Oh, shoot. Well, before you sell it on eBay, let me know and shoot me a price. I might buy it from you.
Yeah, I guess it depends what color it is and stuff, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the brown. Oh, the brown one's a girl, too. She's the girl. She's
the chocolate and the green.
Here's one, the yellow one holding the M&M package above his head, $100.
That's what he's got there, though.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
I don't know how you get that M&M package off with,
Where are you finding those prices on eBay or?
Yeah, I just go on eBay. That
And
was
what
active
did you-
listings. Now I'm just gonna go install. I just put large M&M display.
Oh, okay. Large.
Yeah,
M&M
they've gone down though. Like
display.
here, they're selling for 137 plus shipping, 140 plus shipping. So it's not doing as good as when I sold mine.
No.
But mine I sold, I think, at least 3 years ago.
Large.
It's going to take
M&M
a couple hours to pack
display.
that. By the time you get those arms and legs off and get the thing all wrapped up, you're into it for a couple hours packing the thing. So I mean, if that's all it pay out, it'd be worth it. I'd sell it local.
M&M candy store display amputee because she's missing one of her
Oh my
arms.
God.
Yeah, because I'm looking for one from Marcel like that.
I use it as my vape tray, so I put all my vape products in it because it's perfect. Because if something spills, I can wipe it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's one, and that's my wife goes, "Don't sell it, don't sell it, keep it, keep it."
Yeah, he collects M&M stuff. If I could ever sell all his whole collection, I'd probably do pretty good. But he won't let off of it
See,
yet.
I got one in here. It's the red guy holding up the yellow tray, or actually, he's $782 Canadian.
Oh,
Free
wow.
shipping.
You need to drop me y'all's mailing address, Kathy, because I got some stuff. I got some M&M stuff here that don't sell for anything on eBay. I'll just throw it in a box and ship it from Marcel.
There you go. Wait,
See,
you sound like me.
I got another one what doesn't have the clear tray. My tray is clear above him.
Mhm.
I have one here. It's got a yellow tray. It's a big yellow one. It's $246 Canadian.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah, I've been trying to talk whenever I go into some of the stores. I'll try to talk them out of theirs, but most of the time the dealers, the resellers, or the people will come back and get it. The M&M people.
See, I got the blue one. The blue one's $651.
Ooh.
I don't know whether y'all remember it or not, but like in Kmart's when they were closing down, but Kmart's had these big green Disney plastic displays for all of their video, their DVDs out to put on. Well, when the Kmart's were closing down, I was doing some part-time merchandising for I went in and I had to check to make sure certain products had been returned and whatnot. And one of the things was I had to check and make sure that they had prepped that thing to be returned to Disney. And I walked into one store and these people had it on a cart, taking it out of the store. They had just bought it. And I told them, I said, you need to wait just a moment. And they said, why is that? And call from Elliot Charles. Sorry. I said, because that doesn't belong to the store. So we went back in and the lady that was buying it was mad. The guy that was handling the clearance, he was having a damn fit. I'm like, I got a piece of paper here say that I'm supposed to stick to that sucker because the truck's going to pick it up tomorrow. Now you only got $200 for it, but you're gonna have to pay Disney $4,700 if it's not here. And they gave the woman her money back. Said, sorry, ma'am, we didn't realize we could not sell it.
I had the same thing up here with we had Kmart up here, which changed to Woco. They changed the name from a Kmart, but there was a few Kmarts open. When Woco closed, they were selling all their shelves, just where they display everything and all where you hang stuff and everything else. They weren't supposed to sell the Kmart signs or the Woco signs, like any signage.
Right.
They sold all the signage, so people started using them as displays and making bookshelves out of the K and out of the Woco. They're making certain bookshelves out of. People, they try to go after those people for selling that stuff, like, you know what I mean? Because I think that there's a copyright on that stuff where they couldn't sell it; they had to destroy it.
Most of that merchandising stuff is supposed to be. They don't care once it's delivered, and you put it. Like I would go in and I would take pictures of it being set up and whatnot. Once it's done, they don't care.
No.
Hey, Sally, but Disney is really, it's always Disney.
You know what? A hot ticket item I missed and I couldn't get there. I had to, Air Berlin, the airline went belly up, and they sold everything what had Air Berlin, their uniforms, their tray tables, their seats for the airplanes, the carts, everything they sold, like even the cups and the coffee cups they were selling. Now that stuff is worth a lot of money. Like people who were getting, the push trays for like $100 to $200. Now they're like $1,000 just to get one of those, just because it says Air Berlin on the side of it.
Those airline collectors, they like stuff. I bought a pack of it was Piedmont Air, which became U.S. Air, which now is part of American Air. And they, but it was just a pack of the Piedmont Airline napkins. And hey, Sally. I said Sally when you came in. I sold off, like 5 for $10. I sold those things forever.
Morning, Mike. I know, right? Thanks, Ainsley. Sally.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, Sally's here. I haven't seen her forever.
Now get in.
I didn't even know you were out here, Tara.
Well, my computer dropped off. I was on here and then I had to let my computer restart. Now I'm back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she left. What happened?
Yeah. Well, my laptop needs a battery, and Jim bought a battery, but it's the wrong one. And if I hit the cord, it shuts off right away because it has no battery life.
Oh goodness.
Hey, snobby scrap picker. Good morning. Jim, you screwed up again, son.
It's all Jim's fault.
Yeah,
Assigning blame, yes, the fault is completely mine.
always.
When I woke up, I already told her I loved her and I'm sorry. So
I'm already sorry before I even woke up, got out of bed.
when you roll over, just say I love you and I'm sorry, and the rest of it.
I like it when you tell them something and then they're like, "Oh no, that's not right," and I'm like, "No, I know this is right," and then you'll go fact check it, and then I'm like, "But you never give me credit when you tell me that I was right all along."
I know, right? Jerks.
I know. It's hard to be me.
So if I want to get onto eBay, right, and I want to get to USA, I got to type in .com, right? Not .ca. Then I guess.
Yeah, just .com.
Because it's not letting me hit that United States one.
Hey, what the hell does that mean?
Canada. He's a Canadian.
You what?
Witchcraft.
Hey, Jim, wake up.
You better use the American internet, not that crazy socialist Canada internet.
Right.
United States Post Office box in North Dakota. Come on board the good old USA.
No, I can't live in the U.S.
We haven't built a wall there yet.
Doesn't matter. I can't cross your border.
Cross the border and make it.
That doesn't sound good when he says, "I can't cross your border." It's okay.
I was arrested.
It's okay. We're going to eventually buy.
Oh hell, marijuana ain't even illegal no more.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I know.
I'm about to get off this show. It's coming too political for me.
We've been bad. We've been talking about the Canadian. I mean, just the way we're so close together. We're so much alike, but we do stuff so different.
Yeah.
But how have you been, Sally?
I've been all right. I had last night off and the night before, but I didn't sleep well last night for some reason.
Oh.
It was just hot and all of that. So.
Right. Well, make Brandon go sleep on the couch so you can have plenty of room to cool off.
Hell, have you seen my couch lately?
I know the feeling. Yeah, that's a storage shelf for inventory or unlisted inventory.
Yeah, I've been sourcing. I went yesterday to a garage sale that they were having at the town hall and bought a bunch of shit and got some good stuff.
Cool.
Then yesterday I worked all day on my toys. So I just sat outside at the picnic table and took pictures and stuff, and man, sales have been good.
Good. Heard from your sister?
I think I shipped out 9 today.
Wow.
No, I haven't heard from her since Friday.
She's still in the Carolinas.
No, she's in California.
Yeah, she's in Cali.
I can't even keep track.
I know.
I'm so out of the loop. I don't even know what's going on.
She flies home in 2 days.
Yeah, she's supposed to be home Friday.
Oh man, and when she comes home, now she's gonna have to learn like the Zoom or StreamYard or whatever.
Yeah, whatever she decides to use.
I mean, if you think, it's been like a total change since she hosted the show last, so now she's got to like get.
Yeah.
All
yeah,
that,
she said last week, she said, "You people are going to have to bring me up to speed when I get home."
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Bridget. And I don't know what to tell her. I'm torn.
Well, you're a professional now. You hit 1,000.
Yeah, you could do
Oh
it.
no, I don't know. I don't know which one to tell her though, because I like both of them. And if you're going to keep it beneath 6 people on a panel, StreamYards will do just fine. I just don't like turning people away. It makes me sad.
Yeah, and sometimes we have like 10. So
We have maxed it out.
Well, I don't know about the stream. The StreamYard thing where they can like pull a comment out of the chat and then
Yeah.
post it on the screen. That's kind of cool. But otherwise, I mean, the Zoom is fine. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess that's one thing where that's.
But
sort
see,
of,
all of that is free, and this is $14.95 a month.
oh, well, use your YouTube revenue to pay for it, Tom.
That's what I'm
I don't
saying.
have
Oh,
any
big
YouTube
buck.
revenue.
You get in this monetized league on YouTube. Sometimes you gotta spend a little, make a little.
I'm still waiting on a letter
Oh boy.
saying that I'm monetized.
You guys got a lot of Kmart signs up for sale in the States, eh?
I never looked
displays.
into it.
Yeah. Well, is there still Kmart or are they all gone now?
I saw a Kmart when I went to a Shopko closing in central Wisconsin. There was still a Kmart that was alive down there.
Okay, because
So there
all
must
our
be-
Sears is gone now. So all the Sears stores are gone.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I see like Menards is selling Craftsman tools. So
Well, we got
There's
Lowe's
still a lot of
over
crap.
here, and Lowe's is actually going to go out of business because there's nothing in there. There's no product. So they
Wow.
bought this place called Rona, and now it's Lowe's, and they got nothing for sale. You can't even get a screwdriver in there.
yeah,
There's
I don't
actually-
really care for Lowe's. There's one in Kentucky. I prefer Menards, but obviously where I'm moving, we don't have.
Oh, I
Menards.
love Menards because we used to get their catalogs up here to go down there because we never had a Menards up here.
Well, I hate to bust y'all's bubble, but Lowe's as corporate headquarters is probably about 45 to an hour.
Then tell them to put product in the store up here. Come on, it's silly.
They're more expensive than Menards. Like when I go to the one in
Yeah.
Kentucky, I'm like, oh boy, they're a lot more expensive. Because Menards, there's one up by right across the border from Louisville. I'm like, I think we're just gonna drive the hour and 10 minutes and go up to Menards when we have to get to the buy.
Well, Target came up here and they went bankrupt within a year and a half because they didn't bring any product up. They didn't bring any American products up. The Target all had Canadian. I don't know where the heck they got the products from, but it wasn't Target. The signs were Target, but there's nothing with like any, like you walk into a Target store, they have merchandise. They have a lot of stuff. They brought nothing up here. There was nothing from America what was shipped into a Target store up here. And then they wondered why they went bankrupt. They had nothing in the store. They built these big stores, like huge, huge stores, bigger than Walmart.
Yeah.
But there's no product in them. So they used maybe 100 square foot of that store. Like it's like using 10 feet of the store. Oh, this is all we got. They hired 300 employees. They didn't even need to hire all those employees because there's no product to put on the shelf. Nothing came up here. Figure it out.
Does anybody know what, since she's not in here anymore, what a Charming Charlie's is?
Charming Charlie.
Maggie said, I just saw that Charming Charlie is closing all its stores. I'm so sad about that.
I never heard of it. We don't have them around by us.
I don't have them either.
We don't have
Charming
any, like where
Charlie.
I live in Wisconsin. I mean, I'm like 3 hours north of any kind of decent chain store other than Walmart. I mean, I haven't been in a Target in 30 years, or Kmart, or if they're around. We just don't have that stuff up here.
Yeah, it's like a costume jewelry chain store. I think it's
Okay.
more like for more costumey stuff.
Okay.
Like when you have these YouTubers like Dumpster Dive Alta. I'm like, what's Alta? I never even heard of it. I know.
really?
Yeah, and then I finally drove by one. I'm like, oh, there's an Alta.
And it's
That's probably
expensive to make up.
California thing.
Now we have one here too. I don't know if we have the Charming Charlies or not.
No, the reason why they're going bankrupt because they're mostly in shopping malls, and and they're considered a low budget, a cheaper alternative from a discount store, but a little bit higher end. And I think that's the reason why is they just don't make the money in the malls because every photo I look at, there's no one going in the store. It's just empty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Well, none of the malls around here are doing exceptionally well.
All our malls are packed. Our malls have so much people in it that they're fighting they're actually making the malls bigger here because there's not enough storeroom. So,
Thank you, Truth.
And here, malls are failing.
Yeah, I like watching the explorers, like the Urban Explorer, when he goes to
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
old malls, walking
Malls,
around them and stuff like that. And that's so sad.
You know another guy who's really good is Dan Bell. Dan Bell is another YouTuber who goes to malls. So, but we have a good store up here. It's called London Drugs. It actually is a drugstore from Ontario. It moved across Canada, and they sell everything. And I think it's one of the top stores in Canada, and they have like a whole bunch of stuff where they sell the high end stuff for a drugstore. That's pretty good. Because usually it's hard to get high end stuff in Canada. It's a rare thing.
Your comment about Target, though, I was thinking about that, and maybe they didn't get the paperwork to ship all of the stuff. Maybe all that didn't go through.
No, I think what happened was Rich Canadian bought the brand Target up here, okay? But he didn't want to get Target didn't give him any supply routes, like suppliers. That's what I think what they did. So he says, you know what, you got to get your own stuff. I think that's what happened.
That would be
because
weird.
all American products, if they have, that's the whole thing. If an American product wants to be sold up here, it has to be bilingual in French and English. Okay, so when you have a Tabasco bottle, it's French on one side and English on the other other side for direct.
Oh, I forgot about the French part. I was thinking Canadian on one side and U.S. English on the other side.
No.
But then you say Canadian French, and then I'm like, oh, that's right. There's a little spot of Canada that's French.
This is Tabasco, eh?
Yeah.
Hey,
No, I won't say that.
don't you know?
There is a thing called Tabasco A up here, so
Oh, is it?
yeah. I think it's Tasco A or something. That's it called. So it's like
I think if you want to live in America, you better know how to speak English. Don't be bringing your French over.
Lots of friendships.
You got French people there. It's called New Orleans.
Yeah, but they still speak English, or at least a combination of.
They don't even speak English in New Orleans. They speak some kind of. Just kidding. It is English, but with their accents and dialect, you know how they throw their own dialect on it.
They'll have like French words that they mix into like with English words. You know?
Oh, for sure. My boss is French Canadian. She speaks English to me. So, you know what I mean? It's just, that's her language. I'm German. I don't speak German to everybody here. You know what I mean? I speak English, of course, right?
We're not a two-language country. Hola.
No kidding. Now you go to Iraq. Do you want fries with that?
Yeah.
It's funny. My friend of mine went to Berlin this May. He went there and he goes, they sat in a restaurant and this woman starts speaking English and gives them a menu in English and everything else. And the guy goes, I don't get it. He goes, I speak German and English, but why do you not speak German? Why are you working in our country illegally? So you get people working in Germany illegally, working in restaurants, serving people just in English and don't speak a word of German. Well, I think is funny, but
Das ist gut.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a Dunkin' Donuts in Orlando. It's all manned by these. Nothing wrong with tattoos, but these are tattoos when you're in a club. Some people call them gangs. But anyway, they got these tattoos. They're all female. They all have these tattoos, and none of them speak English. And if you try to talk to them in English, they prefer you just point. They don't want to hear your English monkey gibberish.
what language?
That one.
And that's in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, then they're Cuban or what? Spanish?
There's some Spanish. I don't know if they're Cuban or Latin American.
I don't know anyone who'd go to a Dunkin' Donuts. That would just be the worst coffee in the world.
Well, it was
amen, brother. Other donuts, give me a Krispy Kreme.
You want good coffee, you go to Tim Hortons.
I've never been to a Tim Hortons.
They got them up north, more or less. They're more up north than they are. We're sneaking across. We're invading you slowly.
I try to avoid the northern states.
Oh, okay.
They still hold a grudge up there with people with southern accents.
Oh, okay. No, we're going to be doing a Canadian invasion against the United States with Tim Hortons stuff, with donuts and coffee. So, because you invaded us with Starbucks. What's funny is you invaded us with a Starbucks and then built another Starbucks across the street.
Yeah. Let's see. I live off of a road called Highway 51, Johnson Matthews Road, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 Starbucks on that road.
Eh,
Now some of them are inside of like Harris Teeter's, but still that's a Starbucks.
Yep. You need your coffee.
There was a
Right.
Dunkin' Donuts on every street corner in Boston.
Yeah, you know, that's the whole thing. If you even talk to people from Boston, they love their Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you can't offend them with like I don't know if you ever heard of Green Bay Wacky. He's a YouTuber. He even says like the same thing, that if you don't offend anybody from Boston who goes into a Dunkin' Donuts, it's like fighting words. You're gonna fight with someone. You can't. There's people who love their certain chains, right? They can't, like, they'll never go to like their competitor. They'll just keep on going there. It's just because they love that where they go.
Yeah,
And
we
up
took a
up
bus
here-
tour of the sights of Boston,
Yeah,
and the bus driver said, "This is the first Dunkin' Donuts ever
oh really?
on this tour." And then he would point out each Dunkin' Donut as he was, this is the North Church, and there's a Dunkin' Donuts right beside,
I
you're
didn't
like,
know Dunkin'
cool.
Donuts started in Boston.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't. He was
No,
just
he says it's the first
making
one.
a joke.
Oh,
This is the first
Um,
Dunkin' Donuts
okay.
ever
Oh man, that
on
went
this
right over
tour.
my head.
Hold on just a second, guys. Snobby, hit the link again. I don't know why it's not letting you. It's not showing up that you're trying to get in.
I had a little bit of difficulty. Make sure you're on Chrome, Google Chrome, and then
That smell good, Jenny?
I am not a what do you call it? A cake dough type donut eater. I don't particularly care for that.
I love donut. I could live on donuts. I try not to, or I'd waste.
I'm not allowed to. I'll gain too much weight again. I already lost like 60 pounds. I don't need to go back up. So
Honestly, I don't think Dunkin' Donuts is as good as it used to be. We
They're
got
kinda
one.
dry.
We got one here that came here like a couple years ago, and when I like lived by Milwaukee, I was like, oh yeah, Dunkin' Donuts. I'll eat there all the time. And now, I mean, I've gotten donuts there maybe like
They're-
2 or 3
they're
times. They're just
almost-
not as good as they
They're
used
almost
to be.
like they're baked and not deep fried. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
Right.
no grease, and they dry. Maybe they're better for you or something. But
I don't want healthy donuts. I want unhealthy
yeah, I
donuts.
when they were looking at my heart. They gave me a menu of the stuff I could eat, a list of stuff, and I tried eating that stuff, and it's like you're living on cardboard.
Oh my
If it
God.
has flavor, it's
I
bad
got,
for you.
because I'm like, okay, because we thought Jim had something going on with his heart. So I got him like the heart healthy mayo, like Hellman's mayo, heart healthy. Jim's like, I'm sorry, I cannot eat this
I use
mayo.
butter. Well, I use margarine, which I'm not even sure I was supposed to do that. But I mean, the healthy mayonnaise is like eating.
if you want to lose weight real quick and really fast, you jump rope 15 minutes a day. You will lose weight very quickly.
My knees couldn't take it. My big
Yeah.
ass bouncing up and down jumping
You
rope.
want to lose weight quick? Don't eat over 1,000 calories a day, and the weight will fall right off. It's hard to do. I did it. I don't do it anymore. But if you keep yourself, don't go over actually count calories. Don't drink soda, and don't go over 1,000 calories a
And
day.
don't eat fast food restaurant either. That's the whole
And-
thing. You lose.
And are active, the weight will fall off of you.
Hey, Bridget.
Oh, is Bridget in the chat?
Yeah, she just popped in.
Yeah.
Hi, Bridget.
Hi,
Her mute button's
Bridget.
on. She has got to take her mute button off.
Oh, she's still fuming. I can tell by that face. Turn your camera back on. Turn your camera back on and listen.
How
to
pretty.
it.
Like, no, screw you.
Bridget, come
I don't-
out and play. My center sister.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
Bridget.
Sorry, I can't get this straightened up.
Who wants a coffee? I do. Okay, I'm right back.
I need a ham and cheese and egg Bojangles biscuits. What I need.
Stay with Bojangles.
I have a story.
Tell me.
Bring
Oh,
it.
good. I'd love to hear your story. Please say your story, Sally. God. You and I are talking.
On Saturday morning, I was gonna get off work, and I didn't have to go back, right? So Brandon couldn't sleep, and so he decided to get online and find out the way to make pot brownies. And so he made his own butter that has like ground up pot in it. And so, and I've never had anything like that. I've never had like an edible, candy or pot brownie or anything like that. So, so he made it. It took him just to make brownies, it took him 2.5 hours. And so, and this is for one batch, right? So he makes those while I'm at work and everything. I get off work, we go, run around for a little bit, and then we come home. Well, I decide I'm gonna have a couple of these brownies, Well, I guess Brandon told me that I was only supposed to eat one at a time, and I didn't hear him. And I ate 2 brownies, and I was so messed up, like the most messed up I've ever been in my life.
Oh my God.
It was like I drank a 6-pack of beer and smoked a joint.
Maybe,
Lord.
Yeah.
maybe it took so long because he was tasting the brownie dough while he was making them.
Actually, no, if he would have, I would have known, because he can't even smoke anything, or else he'll just go to sleep.
Okay, so where do I place my
Brandon?
order at?
Automatically.
Brandon does it?
Yeah. He can't.
Oh man, I'd be feeding him that shit all the time.
He can't smoke. He can't smoke. So anyways, so yeah, 2 brownies, and I did not believe that they would be so concentrated, but oh my gosh, it does.
You got my address. Where do I need to send the money, and how many do you need?
I know. I was talking to Valerie and Julie, and they were laughing at me, and after every conversation, they were like, "Yeah, you're way stoned." So yeah, it was pretty interesting. I was stoned until 8 o'clock at night. And
said she'd take 2 dozen double fudge, please.
And some of it was like scary stoned. I don't know if you've ever been that way, before, but where you don't know if you're breathing right, or
that's really good stuff then. That's the stuff you want.
God. Oh my God.
That would be a good name for a YouTube show, Scary Stone. You could
There is one already. There's one already.
Sally, Liz said to please draw her name for Secret Santa.
I know. You're gonna have a lot of secret Santa. You'll be a lot of secret Santas for a lot of people.
Oh boy.
So yeah,
Brandon's going to start getting all this cooking ingredients at his house, and he's like, Sally, why are we getting 20-pound bags of chocolate, cocoa, and
because you got a lot of orders to fill.
I used to make the gummy.
Incriminate yourself here by.
I used to make the gummy bears, and then people ate one gummy bear. Only have the one.
Huh.
You have the 2, you can't walk anymore.
Well, how do you eat with one gummy bear?
Well, it's pretty easy to make gummy bears on a pot, so it's pretty easy to do. So
No, I mean, how did you eat just one? When I eat gummy bears, I eat half a bag.
I never eat. I need like a
Yeah.
half bag of complete.
If you would eat a bag of my gummy bears, I don't think you'd make it to the hospital. So
No, I'd fall asleep after the first one.
I contemplated calling 911 on myself the other day.
Oh my God.
I
Sal.
did.
Oh my
did.
Elliot.
It is legal there now, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I don't want you to incriminate yourself like, oh man, I'm
No.
too high on weed right now. Come and get me, 911.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, they're gonna take you to the hospital. They're gonna be like, okay, you're just really stoned.
I'm thinking about the Secret Santa thing. What happens if your Secret Santa is actually a cop from another state?
That would kind of messed up.
Oh, man.
Then we don't know each other very well, do we, Jim?
That's right.
Just
I'm
don't
not
send
a
it to
cop.
Jim when his brother's in town.
If I was, the law says I would have to tell you that.
yeah, but we had that up here. I had a license to grow medical marijuana, and all of a sudden they revoked the license when we didn't know, and they busted everybody who had a license.
Huh.
That's what the Canadian government did. So the Canadian government's allowed to sell their marijuana now, but everyone who used to grow it has a record now.
Oh, so it's controlled by the government. So
Yeah.
they're in control.
And it's garbage. It's garbage. They're not.
I think
I don't indulge. It could be growing in my backyard and I wouldn't do anything with it.
yeah, it's so
Call me.
widespread now that everybody.
Oh, you? Okay, if it's growing in my backyard, Kathy, I'll invite you over. You
Yeah,
can come pick it.
Just throw your bagger mower on the trailer and come bag it.
You know what,
No problem.
you know what the cops said to me? The guy goes, if this was the States, you'd be doing 20 years to 25 years. And I told him, you know what I said to him? He goes, you're looking at a year in prison. I go, I'm not looking at no prison. I said, I'll get house arrest. And I got house arrest. They try to scare you and do stuff like that. So I go, I have a license.
That's
Whatever.
crazy.
Well, we revoked that license. I go, yeah, but you forgot to tell everybody. That's why I said. That's why I said I'm refusing to pay my taxes here now. So.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh.
Yep, they can't throw you in jail here.
But in the U.S., if you don't pay your taxes, you're gonna get in trouble.
Not here.
Oh.
Not here. You don't go to jail.
Oh, well, in the U.S., I mean, yeah, they got you by the crosshairs.
No, I told them I'm not paying taxes. So you want to play games like that, you ain't getting taxes, and we're all doing the same thing. So there's another 65 of us who are not paying taxes.
Doesn't Canada have like countrywide health care?
Yeah, if you find all that, but you have all our doctors and nurses. So what's the point of that?
Oh, okay. Oh, so you don't.
Oh no!
So
Because I was going to say, if you guys have their countrywide health care, don't use it if you're not paying your taxes.
We don't use it anyway because there's no doctors up here to even, see. I mean, let's see here now. You can wait in a hospital for 20 to 30 hours before you get checked.
Wow.
Oh yeah, isn't that the system they want to bring down here? I thought it. No, wait. Bernie Sanders told me you had real good health care up there. Okay, I gotta stop it. We're gonna chase Sally away.
The doctors and nurses will work for free. It's all supposed to be free.
Okay, I got it. No, seriously, we have to stop because otherwise we're gonna chase Sally away. So, how about that eBay? How about those new updates? How's that summer slowdown working for y'all?
Not.
I'll just add to that. If you have cancer and you're above 40, you might as well just shoot yourself in the head because you're not going to get anything up here.
Wow.
Okay. I've got that on video. Marcel, I got that on video. I'll cut it out and I'll send it to you so you can put it on your show.
I'll let him know. He's over watching wrestling right now.
He's got his headphones on.
Watching wrestling.
I want to get one of the prescriptions from the doctor. Here, take a 22 pill.
Bill, that's right.
See, everyone thinks in America that our health care is like this. We go to the hospital, we get cared for. Yeah, everything is free. Everything is free except your pills, the crutches you need, the wheelchair you need. So I injured my leg. Okay, now I went to my doctor, and my doctor goes to me, "Well, I'll send you to get X-rays." You have to go to the hospital to get X-rays. So that's 3 hours just to get just X-rays. After that, the doctor says, "Come back in 2 weeks." 2 weeks, my problem was solved. I don't need a doctor then. There's something wrong with my knee. You know what I mean? And then I wanted crutches. Oh, Lay says you're going to have to sit down there for 6 hours to get crutches to see a doctor and pay the $10 fee to get the crutches.
Oh hell, I got a closet full of damn crutches. I'm going to send them bitches up to Canada.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Selling them.
like when you they put together packages to send to like needy countries in Africa and South
Send them
America.
up here.
I'm going to pack them up, and I'll get Todd to sing me a sad song while I'm packing them up and making a commercial about it while I'm sending it to the people in Canada.
Oh my God, talking about medical stuff. Did I tell you this? You know those polar ice coolers? It's like a cooler and then it has like a hose on it with a knee brace thing on it for like cooling down, let's say your knee or whatever. So I sold one on eBay, which they are restricted item. Okay. But I got it through with a buy it now and I knocked it off. Guys got it for like, I don't know,
2 months.
2 months. Oh, well, not quite 60 days.
No, it's 90 days on.
Okay, so he has it like for 60 days. He's past the 30-day return on eBay. Opens a return through PayPal because you got 90 days over there. Saying that, what did he say?
Because it's restricted on eBay, we should never sold it to him.
Yeah, it was restricted on eBay.
Oh my God.
I did it, and then I do the return because it's through PayPal. Well, I'm not going to mess with the Reichschancellor. PayPal shuts me down. I'm done. They have total control. So yeah, I'm going to do whatever PayPal says for $60. I'm going to do the freaking return. So
yeah.
I never even questioned it. Yeah, you don't. You can
He did have
screw
to
with
pay the
eBay a little
shipping
bit.
back.
Don't ever screw with PayPal.
He did have to pay the shipping back to us.
Actually, PayPal lets them do 6 months now.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So does I've never had a return through PayPal.
Yeah, just do it. Don't question it. Don't get anybody.
Don't fight it. Just do it. Even if it's
do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So we go on his selling site, and this is what he's doing. He's parting these things out and trying to sell them. So I don't know if he got busted. So then he's like, "Well, I don't want this thing. I can't sell it."
Yeah,
so.
I go to his. Yeah, just for kicks, I go to items for sale. He's got a bunch of the parts. He don't have the tank or the pump, but he's got a bunch of the accessories for sale, and that's what he's doing. Online arbitrage. He was buying these things and flipping them.
So is he going to send it back to you?
We got it back. It's in Kentucky. I sent it south because I'm like, well, I'll just resell it again or on a Facebook site. But then I blew my knee out when I was in Kentucky, so I was thinking about trying it out, but I never did. But then my knee got better.
Because I had a freeze, I had to make ice. So by the time the ice things froze, sure knee was better.
Oh my
God! Like Canadian medicine. By the time somebody can see you, you're already healed.
By the time somebody can make ice, you're already healed up. Oh boy.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, the real expensive thing up here is the dentist office. It has to be the most expensive thing. You could buy a luxury car for going to a dentist.
Dental work is expensive, and it's
one root canal here is probably close to $1,600.
Oh, well, that's actually cheap because one root canal here is like $2,000 to $3,000.
I was just say,
I would say it's comparable. I've never had a root canal. I had a molar that got pulled here, and they're like, "Well,
just because I walked away."
We could put the implant in with the peg, and they put a tooth on it, and it was like $4,500. And I'm like, you know what? I'll just live without it. I'll be okay.
And I'm working on it. I'm making her one.
Okay, great.
Whittling away over there.
Yeah.
I can fix it.
Yeah, I think ours are about 6,000 here.
Oh man,
it's expensive.
It's Liz said I need to call my program Crutches for Canada.
It's a non-for-profit.
I'll
It's
tell
like
you-
feed the children crutches.
I'll tell you something funny though. When I was in college in the early '80s, I had a foot injury, and I went into the college had a clinic that was free for students. I guess they were trying to teach us the free model for medicine.
Oh, my camera's on.
Anyway, so I go in, and they gave me anti-inflammatory stuff or whatever, meted me up, but then they said, well, you're gonna need crutches. I said, okay, well, where do I get them? Do I get them here? They're like, oh, no. We don't provide crutches.
Oh boy.
So everything was free except for crutches.
Welcome, Snobby.
Whoa, I couldn't see anybody. All I saw was a big puff of smoke.
Yeah, I know. If you keep blowing that smoke in that camera, we're going to send you over to the men's show. Either that, or we're going to have to figure out how to block you out.
Okay.
No, you got to put your settings on so I can see all 9 of you, including me, on the top right-hand corner. You could set your guys' camera up so that you could see everybody at once. So it should say, let's see here,
Yeah, Tom taught us all that when he
the
first
view. Yeah.
Tom didn't teach me shit.
No, he didn't do that either.
Okay,
You
Roseanne.
haven't been on.
Bridget, you look so pretty today.
Thank you.
Well, you look
Okay,
pretty every day.
hold on just a second.
He's all made up.
Welcome, Snobby. I'm glad you made it in. Down in the lower left-hand corner is a mic. If you spill my drink, I'm going to have a fit here, dude.
You ain't gonna do nothing to that cat. She gonna whoop your butt. Leave her alone.
Anyway, down in the lower left-hand corner is a mic. If you click on it, it'll take you off mute because you're on mute right now.
Hey, Tom,
Mm-hmm.
there's a cat in your house.
No, I'm in her house.
Yeah, I know that's about it.
And I just saw one go walking behind Bridget.
Emergency, there's a cat in your house right now.
There we go. He's got it off now.
Call
Yeah, he's
somebody.
got it now.
You hear me now?
Steal your
We
breath.
hear you now.
Thank you. So
It
how
is-
come now, right, when I was watching you guys a little while ago, there was like 6 different boxes.
Okay,
And
this
now I
guy
can
can
just
talk
do
forever because I love
one
his.
guy.
I know, I'm just excited to listen. Go ahead, talk. Everybody else shut up.
Hey, that
Okay.
guy's not from America.
He might be from Europe, America.
No, he's from South London.
Ah.
He's
I thought he
speaking
was
with
from
a
Wales.
no. He's speaking a Cockney accent.
Kind of figured.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Let him talk.
Hi, mate.
I was
guys,
saying,
let him talk.
when I was
I like
watching
hearing
you
his voice.
earlier, right, you all had individual boxes, a bit like StreamYard. Now I'm watching a guy in a red shirt, which I reckon must be Thomas.
Yeah.
Just you've got the whole screen. Whereas
Okay.
before, it was like a split screen.
Go up
Over
to
here
the
at the
top
hangout part.
right hand.
Top right hand.
You must be set on speaker view. Click on that and it put you back in the boxes.
Yeah. There's top right hand corner. It says speaker view, and then it should say something else for you because you're not on speaker view.
Gallery view. Click on gallery view.
Yeah, gallery view.
Hey, where'd Glenn go?
Yeah, no, I haven't got that, I don't think.
Yeah, you do. Are you on a computer or on phone?
On the phone.
Oh,
that's
okay.
why.
I'm not sure about that because I've never tried it on the phone.
It might not work on a phone.
Right. In my top right hand corner, it says live on YouTube. Right. If I
Okay.
touch the screen,
Go to the
at the
left
bottom,
hand
it
side and
says
see what it
audio,
says.
video, share, participants, and more.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and press and more.
Hey, where's our resident gold and silver expert? He's on mute. I have a question for him.
Participants.
What?
Hey, after the show, I have to talk to you about some things I have.
Uh-oh. Take
Gold.
2 crutches and call me in the morning.
3 days from now.
Gold, silver, and watches.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That perked his interest.
Did you find anything?
Nah, nothing at all. All I can see is myself in the bottom right hand corner as I look
Right.
at it.
Good grief.
Foxy, what are you doing? I've not tried it on the cell phone, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm new.
I'll give me a few seconds here. I'll find out for you. How
Kathy,
does
how are
set
you doing
Zoom
What is she doing?
for cell phones?
Oh,
Group chat.
Is your tongue sore yet? Is your tongue bloody?
who?
Not yet.
Do you have any fingernails left?
Yes. I never had any.
Silverhair is the maid this time. He's in the
maid?
middle. Yeah, he's in the middle of the Brady Bunch.
Oh,
I'm Mr. Brady, and Tara on my screen. I'm Mr. Brady. Tara is Mrs. Brady.
Oh no, I'm married to Tom.
Oh God.
Oh boy. I don't know if Jim's gonna like that. See, on the YouTube, I'm Alice. I'm right in the middle always.
Oh, are you okay?
I don't want to be the maid.
Who the hell am I on the Brady Square?
Well, on mine, Tom is the far left top. Then I'm next to him. Then you're next to me.
Oh, okay.
We're on the top.
On YouTube or on the other one? See, like on the
No,
regular
on the other one. On the other
on
one.
the regular hangout, like what we're in, so there's little pictures across the top of all of us, and then it switches back and forth with like the picture on the screen.
Oh, I have mine in gallery view.
Oh,
So
boy.
I see all 9 people. But
Yeah.
on YouTube, mine has Tom.
I gotta go look up the damn Brady Bunch now.
Guys.
Damn, Bridget, don't you ever clean that house up?
I just cleaned. And I went to an auction.
Yeah, that's better. Leave your camera on, and I'll be able to see everyone then.
Yeah, and then I went to an auction.
Would you leave my Cheetos alone?
My cat stole a Dorito right out of the bag yesterday. I'm sitting here listening. All I heard was crunch, crunch, crunch. I look over and she's trying to eat the stinking Dorito. Then she licks it and leaves it on the floor.
She leaving the rest of it for you, man.
She's licking. That's mine now. Don't touch it.
Yeah, I know. It's my later. I licked it.
I'm starting to teach the grandsons that just lick it. No, that way you can tell them it's yours. Nobody else will touch it.
Papa won't touch it.
Yeah, there's like 300 videos to look to switch your phone over to group, and I think you have to go to more and set it on group. That's all I could see, but it's different for everyone's cell phone because everyone's cell phone is different. So if you got an iPhone, it's different compared to.
Yeah, I'm on an S7 Plus.
Yeah.
Not
So
yet. But I'm on my MacBook right now.
I got YouTube's open on my desktop, and then the Hangouts on my laptop.
I like this better on my iMac, my desktop, because I can do the background. I can't do the background here. So
Right.
my Disney posters.
Yeah, mine didn't want to do it either.
no, there is a warning on that. If your computer can't handle that, your computer will shut down and kick you off of Zoom.
Oh.
Your computer has to be so your computer has to be really strong to do that because it takes up a lot of CPU when you have a background screen.
Oh,
So-
fine. Mine's a new computer, so
Oh, that don't matter. That don't matter.
So,
it's fine. It's a Mac.
It's a graphic card. And it would have
Tommy,
no
this
problem.
is first. Okay, first of all, what's your name?
My name,
Yeah.
my nickname, or my real name?
What do you go by besides Snobby?
Snobby. Snobby. The crafty Cockney.
Uh-huh.
Call me whatever you like, just don't call me late for dinner.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what we say here too.
Okay, he can teach you some Cockney too, right? Like you can order a quarter pounder and cheese, so it's a quarter pound panda with cheese.
No, the main question that I wanted to bring to you guys is really, right, I grew up here in the UK with a store, a big store called Woolworths.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, that was obviously closed down probably how many years ago? 10 years.
17 years ago in our place here. So
Yeah, we used to
Right.
have Woolworths here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they used to have quite a large store behind my parents' house where I used to live. And for many years growing up, used to dumpster dive their bins, right? And the amount of stuff that you would find, there was nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Ladybird clothing for children and so on and so on. Absolutely tons and tons of it. Massive big bins I used to put out, ready for the garbage collectors to pick up. And I used to rummage through with my brother. The stuff was incredible. And I really miss Woolworths now.
they still got 2 stores open in Berlin.
Berlin?
Yeah.
Well, I thought the whole company
No,
ceased.
no, because they're the only 2 would have taken franchises over. That you have to understand, Woolworths was a franchise company.
I thought it was American.
No, it's German.
Really? Now,
Yeah.
when I saw the footage of the fire in the main head office, I was sure it was in America.
No, but they have many head offices. They have head offices everywhere. But Woolworths was actually a German company at one point.
Oh, wow. I never knew that. See,
Yeah.
glad to know that. So perhaps the people that were sort of head office in America run the shops in the UK?
Could be. I don't know. Like I said, it depends where the money was coming from. Because actually, it's like supposedly the person who owned Woolworths also owned the Salvation Army, or was like part of that situation where they had the Salvation Army also.
Well, is the German Woolworth
Maybe it's a
FW
different-
Woolworth?
I was gonna say maybe
Yeah.
it's a different Woolworth because
Because it
FW
does
Woolworth started in New York.
because it says it started in New York.
Yes,
It's
it
yeah,
does.
it was in New York, and
Right.
that's where it was founded out here, was in New York. It has nothing to do with
But but they're saying the Woolworth store started in 1897, or was
the
it
retail
18
chains using the Woolworth name survive in Australia, Germany, and Mexico.
Yeah,
up
but it
until early
started in
2009.
Utica, New York, which is just like 2 hours from me. So
Yeah.
that's
Oh
what
wow,
the
they had it
retail
all the way to
chains went over there.
2009 in the
did
UK.
not start
though.
in Germany.
Yeah. The store is actually New York. That's where they
Okay. Well,
originated from.
there's someone either making a fake sign with saying it's
Yeah,
Woolworths
it's
has
a
been
retail
open.
chain there.
Okay.
That's what you're thinking of, the retail chain.
Okay.
Right.
But no, it started in New York, and it started
The guy
publicly
started
trading back in the 1912 to 1972,
Oh, okay.
or 1997, excuse me. And then they went public and started having retail chains, and that's where the retail chains came at.
Yeah, well, the retail chains in the UK, they were massive buildings. They were, they was on big high streets, and they probably had the biggest ones on the street. In like, there was many of them in the UK. Very, very popular shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to
They
have a
were big
Woolworths here in town, but I
Yeah,
think
we did. I loved ours.
Woolworths closed here. Was it like in '94 or '5?
in the 90s.
Yeah.
97, I think, is when most of them started closing, is what they were saying.
They were
I
still
think they did with Foot Locker. They went into a venture group with Foot Locker too.
Yeah, here the Woolworth stores got bought over by the Byways. They're called Byway stores in Canada. So it was a group from Ireland who had bought all the Woolworth stores up here, made them into Byways. Byways were sold. Now they're Giant Tigers. So just people, they changed the name, but they don't put any information out there for anyone to like figure out who bought what, right? So
Well, they were kind of like a department store, I guess, back in the day.
Tom, you're on mute.
Yeah, they were a department store, almost like Steinmart and all that. They were that kind of
Yeah, like
store thing.
do you remember like Gimbals, or like not as high end as Marshall Fields, but something kind of like that?
Oh, we got a Marshalls here now.
Oh yeah, well, are they still? I guess they're still. We don't have those kind of stores where I live, so
We have Marshalls here, but it's
That's how ours are. I don't
like a TJ Maxx. Yeah, I never go in them.
Marshalls here is
TJ
garbage. There's nothing but garbage products in there.
I like TJ Maxx more than Marshalls. But
I thought people only shopped at Harrods that lived in London.
Where's Why did Glenn pop off? He said he waved goodbye.
Yeah. He probably had a store opening up, or he had customers to deal with.
Sally's
When you
on
look
mute.
when you look at British TV shows that are actually set in London, everybody shops at Harrods, which I hear is one of the most expensive places to shop in London.
Well, it's actually expensive to drive to London now. For the congestion charge and the low emission zone charge, I think it now costs about £24 just to drive to London.
They have like an uptown tax if you drive uptown, or park up in central London, don't they?
Taxi service?
No, wait a minute.
Tax.
A tax, like
Yeah.
a fee.
Yeah,
Toll gate fee pretty much to drive
Yeah.
into the city. Yes, they do.
yeah, £24 a day.
Yeah.
It's probably like Florida. You have to pay a toll everywhere you go in Florida.
Yeah, just a bill.
But that's to get people to use. Okay. I'm old. Things pop in my mind. What the hell is when you see on London roads, you see yellow lines that do this, and then they do like a zigzaggy thing, and they go straight again.
I couldn't drive there.
Zigzaggy things. That's
Yeah.
like no parking at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
generally
think-
like on zebra crossings
yeah.
and outside schools and things like that.
Okay. Because I've seen them. Because my wife and I watch a lot of British TV, and we see stuff like that, and it's like, don't you have somebody on YouTube? That's what that means.
Yeah, there is. There's actually a guy who does European traffic rules on YouTube, and he explains them in Germany, Austria, and England. He explains what everything means, all the signage, and all the crossings and what they mean. There is actually, in Germany, they have a certain sign you can't merge and you can't pass on the highway. There's certain signs what people don't know about. So it's actually pretty educational to look at.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
I'll link you the video.
My British driving comes off of what was it? Top Gear.
Oh yeah.
So what
Yeah.
do you what is your main focus? Are you a scrapper, or are you a reseller, or
I sort of duck and dive, as it were,
Mhm.
I duck and dive. I have sold many items on eBay before, mainly fishing tackle. At the moment, I'm just dabbling in a little bit of scrap. There's not a great deal to find, to be honest with you.
right?
Many Eastern Europeans in the UK now. It's like an international hotel, and they're just going 24 hours a day picking up everything, whatever they can get their hands on.
Right.
Driving round with their foreign number plates on. And you're only supposed to have it on for so long in the UK, and then you've got to sort of change it over to a British one. But they don't. They live by their own rules.
Actually,
Oh my God.
Germany has the same thing too with scrappers from Poland and Romania. They constantly go around. There's hundreds, probably thousands of people just going around picking up scrap metal
Yeah.
to make money.
Is
I
scrap
think-
worth that
I
much in
thi-
Europe?
No, not anymore.
I'm just curious because the prices really crashed here in the
It's
U.S.
crashed over there too. It's always been low over there. The scrapper never made money over in Europe. But for a Romanian, they're still going to make money from it. You know what I mean? For them, it's more money than nothing. You know what I mean? They're still making a profit.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, mine's just sort of like a glorified hobby, really. I've always done it since a child, so I know what I'm looking for, where the copper is, motors and stuff, so, and I enjoy it. Get dirty now and again.
Kathy, based on what he said just a moment ago, I swear he did. This accent is fake, and he lives down the street from me. It sounds like a conversation we had before we went online about people coming in and just doing whatever they want to do, not following the rules.
Well, that's the problem, you see, because I am sort of drawn to the American YouTube, more than anyone else, to be honest with you. And I've been on a few live streams now. I'm very new to YouTube.
That's good.
You should check out Nick and Andrea because they're from the UK
Yeah.
and they do a lot of stuff, reselling stuff.
I'm a Canadian guy, so I'm up north in Canada. So
He's in Canada. He doesn't count.
Nick is in Hitchens.
He's Britain's little stepchild.
That's right.
we got the queen on our money.
Todd, is it Hitchens? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's where Nick and Andrea are in Hitchens in
they're
the
really fun.
UK.
They're good. They're a nice couple.
Yeah. They hang out with Steve and Steph a lot too.
So it's about 5:30, 6 o'clock your time.
What, here?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. It's getting later in the afternoon.
Well, I think it was later in the afternoon. I mean, you still got daylight over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon
So
it's about...
Snobby, I actually took one of those heritage tests where you spit in a bottle and send it in to get your DNA checked, you know?
That thing takes forever.
And
I'm waiting on mine still. I did that.
I am more United Kingdom than like 89% of the people that live in the United Kingdom. With all your immigrants and such. I found that fascinating that, yeah, I have more United Kingdom heritage than.
And I spit in the bottle too, and it came back with more spit, and they called me a Nazi.
Hey, Todd, did you do the Ancestry or D23?
Ancestry.com.
What is it? D23 is Disney. What the heck? What am I talking
The 23 and me or 20 something and me.
I did Ancestry.com, but now I just sent in the 23 and me because they tell you a lot more.
Yeah, but it's a lot of
A what?
A lot of fake information gets put on there too. So
I don't know. I've checked into it.
You have to obey the rules of spitting in the tube.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's
forever.
If you want it to work right.
I'm like 99% Great Britain heritage or something else. I'm boring.
I mean, my mom's parents came right over from Germany, so I know that.
No, I did mine with the first one when it actually came out, and you know how the percentages come out because I'm half Austrian, half German, but it looks like my father's side was a bit of Hungarian in there, so it shows like a map of Europe. So there's just one big map going through that whole area. That's where you're from.
Oh, the Ancestry one, they do that. This 23andMe, they tell you like anything that you have health, like stuff that might go wrong, you know, that you have predispositions for, all that stuff. So this is a more thorough one.
There was some black African American actress that had that done, and she found out that she was more British than she was African.
Yep. Yep. But it even works. It works on that too, because even on your family name, my great grandfather from my mom's side was from Scotland, so you don't know where people come from, right?
Right.
Well, apparently I came from a twinkle in my old man's eye.
I don't think it was a good eye. I think it come from a different place.
There
for a while.
So you've been doing the scrapping thing kind of like all your life?
No.
Well, I mean, like on a hobby. You were talking about that you were doing as a hobby.
Oh, yeah. Most of my life, anyway. I'm only 26, so it ain't that long.
Well, that ain't long. I'm old enough to be your grandfather.
Oh my God! I have underwear in my underwear drawer that's over 26 years.
I still have underwear with holes in it when they're 30 years old. I gotta get rid of those Batman underwear.
Do you sell on UK eBay then?
Me, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I find it a bit of a buyer's market. There are some shysters in the UK that say
Okay.
their item ain't turned up, and you end up having to refund them, lose your product, and you know there's like say 10 and 100 out there.
Yeah, we get that here.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's sent out signed for, then you're covered by eBay, you know. And even then, some people still try and say they never received it. And then they open the case up against you, and you just say, well, look, I've got the information here,
Right.
the relevant documents, and generally the buyer hasn't got a leg to stand on.
Yeah.
I bet you we get one of those a month
I know, right?
with tracking. It says it was delivered, what time it was delivered, the whole thing, and they just get the case dropped. But yeah, the people, and I don't remember ever getting it. Well, you remember harder
Yeah.
because you did get it.
I mean, sometimes you can actually, when you've sold, I mean, I've not sold lots of stuff. I think there's probably about 1,600 and something odd.
Nice.
And you can generally tell when someone's buying something, like if they buy a multiple of things. You think, oh, that's very strange. You know, and then like you send it and they say they never received it, and you go, you shyster.
Shyster.
Yeah, as long as it says delivered here, they can't.
Yeah.
When they started the VAT fees, though, the VAT tax.
Oh yeah.
Everything I sent over to any UK country or any.
This is before we were doing global shipping.
Yeah,
though.
that's why I went to global shipping, because everything, they all were mad about the VAT tax, and they're like, well, you should have included that in your price. Well, how would I even know what that is? That's why we switched to global shipping.
Yep.
There's Australia, Canada, and England.
The only place that don't do global shipping is Canada, and that's only because I live so close to the border.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes
we've had Canadians who are like, "Oh, can't you just ship it to us first class international?" And we're like, "No."
No international for me.
Sometimes, never mind. I'm not saying that live.
I don't know if the UK eBay has a global shipping, but if it's like the United States global shipping, I mean, they pretty much cover you for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
It
won't
holds
do
your
it.
money while they figure something out, but other than that, they do cover you.
I prefer for them to come to me door. Cash on collection.
Yep.
I
like the good old days when you got cash up front for your product.
Yeah.
You know, that's the whole thing. That's why I barely sell anything online anymore. I use a thing like a site here called Kijiji. It's like a bizarre thing, so everyone can put it on, and it's only you could sell throughout Canada, but you could sell it just in your city. But you can also advertise jobs and apartment rentals and stuff like that too, right? So.
But I don't always agree with eBay, but it is their sandbox. And the other thing is, if there was another site that I felt I could get the sales I could get off eBay, I mean, I don't got no loyalty. I go where the money is, but I don't have another site that would work for me as good as eBay right now.
Right.
eBay, I mean.
And it's their sandbox. I mean, sometimes I get ticked at PayPal or I get ticked at eBay, but in the end, it's their playground.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if we weren't making the money on eBay, but we make good money on eBay. So
yeah.
Every time I upgrade my phone, like it says it needs upgrading, I get a new format from various different things. And I've got something on eBay right now listed. It's nearly £300. And they keep sending me messages, oh, lower it by £30, lower it. And I take no notice of it because by the time I sell it, I've got it up for post free. By the time I sell it, and eBay and PayPal take their little fee, that £30 now turn into £60.
Yep.
So why would I want to do that? The product's worth what it is. And, you know, if I don't get that, it don't sell. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Valerie's in the chat.
Yeah, I saw that. I think I'm gonna start when I do something free shipping. I'm gonna start putting post free on it. I like that way that sounds.
There's someone on mute down there. Sally, I think is on mute. Just so you know.
She might be.
I know.
Okay.
My dogs are being stupid.
There are so many products on
Hi,
eBay in
sister.
the UK that are post free. It makes the people buy it.
Yeah.
Valerie,
Just
that
posted,
boy.
people shy away from it. They're always looking for post free.
But you're building the price of the shipping or the posting into your the sale price, and
No, it don't work like that here, I don't think.
you don't.
No, not at
No.
all.
There's no such thing as free postage.
No, you're probably right.
Somebody has to pay for it. You just
Yeah.
build it into the price of your
Yeah,
product.
Yeah, we
if
just
you're
had
if you're giving free postage, you should be selling like a madman because everybody wants something for free.
Well, absolutely.
Sorry, Valerie. I'm not looking at the chat. I didn't see her pop in.
Valerie is chick picking.
It's been a real pleasure to meet you guys and talk to you guys. I like the warm welcome you gave me, and perhaps I can hook up with you again some other time, eh?
Okay, anytime.
Good to
Thank you
meet
very
you.
much. Sir.
And starting next week, it'll be back on Valerie's show, which will be Chick Picker.
Thank God. I'm teasing.
So you won't see me in the morning unless she's decided to go to the Bahamas or Bermuda or something like that.
Lovely.
You're leaving Monday?
No. I said you won't see me on Monday because it'll be back on her show unless she decides that she's going to go global jet setting again.
Yeah, but you're on the show too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I know that.
Yeah.
But
It's different.
not look for my channel. Don't look for on my channel. Look it on hers.
Just go on Chick Pickers. She's in the
Thanks, guys.
chat. If you go to Chick Picker, hit the 3 dots, go sub to her channel.
Thank you for
very much.
coming in.
See you soon.
Subscribe to this channel.
I'll find him up.
Who's Chick Picker?
That's
she's-
Valerie, who usually does the morning show, but she's been like traveling the United States.
She's a fearless leader.
Oh yeah, she is. Yeah.
Oh,
she
someone
started
fell
the
offline.
Well, guys, it is. Oh, hey, Derek, how are you doing? I see you just came in. It's 11:49.
Yeah, I got a header, guys. So
I got to get some stuff done.
yeah, same here.
I want to thank everybody for coming in. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do a show in the morning unless I start at late, like 10:30ish. So
I should be able to start one tomorrow.
okay, all right, because one of my boys has a dermatology appointment, and I'm going to have to go with him. And so anyway, thank y'all for coming in. Thank you for everybody that's out in the YouTube world for coming in. I truly appreciate it. And look for Sally in the morning. Have a great day.
Bye.
Sell some crap. Bye.
Bye. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye, guys.